Okay. It's late in the afternoon. The sun's beginning to sink low into the western sky on the horizon of the city of Miletus. Around town, around the city, you have criers that are claiming out or calling out for the this year's. I'm gonna call them, I guess, the Nixon trials. I didn't want to call them that because Richard Nixon, but it's just what I went with initially.
I like the Nixon trial.
The Nixon trials. People from all over Theros have been called to Miletus, a place to gather when the various teams start to go out on their quests and receive their various duties from the Council of Oracles that will oversee the event. The 5 of you have been extended offers and invitations to be here on this day and to join a team to receive your trials and participate in the name of the gods. You were each told that you have to come to Miletus and you must meet up with your contact, who will serve as your liaison between the Oracle Council and the various teams. The individual you have to make contact with is named Ugo. He said he would be near the harbor of Miletus. It would be very hard to miss him, as he put in the letter to you, or the correspondence to each of you, that he'll look rather drab in comparison to the rest of the people here, so you shouldn't miss him in the slightest. You do not know what your tasks are ahead of time, but you do know that transportation has been arranged, and you do know some of your members that will be on your team together. There you go.
Okay.
When you come into town, doesn't particularly matter to me at this point in time, and shouldn't matter to you so long as it is within the later afternoon heading into evening. You're going to spend an evening here in Miletus, and then the games, or rather the trials, will officially start in the morning. But outside of that, your only goal now, and your only task now, would be to meet up with Ugo and receive your trials, and then proceed forward with planning out how you will go about doing so. And I guess also meeting your team. That would probably be useful as well.
Okay, so are we kind of doing each of us coming in to Miletus?
Yeah, by all means.
So,
Zelkos?
Yeah.
How much money do you think I can make from this?
I think the fame that we're going to get from this is going to lead to more money. Right now, people don't want to deal with you. People are still a little afraid of you, but we're gonna show them. Don't you worry. You're going to be as famous as I am going to be after this. We're going to be the talk of the towns, and it'll be super easy to get sponsors and tons of money. So don't you worry.
Okay. We have to meet a contact by the docks. Do you know where the docks are? I don't remember where they are here.
No, but let me just ask. And I'm going to turn to just the nearest person and say, "Excuse me, could you please direct me to the docks, the harbor, if you will?"
This individual peers you up and down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to glare. We just don't get many satyrs out here in Miletus. Yes, actually, he points towards the eastern part of the city. It's actually over in that direction. It should take you about a 10-minute walk to get there from here. Are you here for the trials? Like I said, we don't get many of you in this part of. Well, we don't get many of you really outside of the sets and wilds.
You guessed right. Remember my name, Zelkos. I am going to definitely be winning this year's games, along with my friend here. But thank you for your time. And I'm gonna, as soon as I realize I've made some attention towards Acreus, just kind of like hurry us off. Remember the name Zelkos.
Frank, unless I specify otherwise, just assume I'm in like incognito mode. Like I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like unless I tell otherwise, like it's very hard to like see that I'm a demon. You know, like I'm wearing my hood.
Sure.
Okay.
Unless, like,
Unless they see it or like,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm just letting you know that like it's not obvious I'm a demon right now unless someone's trying.
Also, I cast this morning Goodberry. So Tommy, note that you have 3 good berries and I have 7 good berries. And we have discussed that in combat, should one of us go down, you feed the other a good berry to get him back up.
Thank you. I will hold on to these.
I was about to say, do you want to tell I was about to ask you to tell everyone what Goodberry did, but you're good.
So let's head to the docks then.
Yeah.
All right, so you two start making your way over to the docks. It's going to be about a 10-minute walk to get there. You can very easily see that Miletus is very bustling at this point in time. There's a lot of people coming and going. The shops are in full swing, and they're entertaining a large number of people that are here for the start of the trials. Various criers are out telling people to come on in, there's a good deal and all that. Really, this is the biggest place in Theros. This is the pinnacle. All cultures are here, except for, well, a select few. And you see temples of worship all throughout the city. So this is truly the most accepting of places to be.
Miletus was much prettier than I remember.
Yeah, you know, I don't think we ever went this deep in. I feel like we just stayed on the outskirts.
Yeah, I certainly stayed on the outskirts. I'm not one for mainland walking and talking, but
Yeah, it's nice. I don't think we've spent enough time in the ocean, minus that one boat trip we took.
yeah, that sailor, he was pretty interesting.
Which one?
I can't remember the name.
The wizard? Valtos?
Yeah, he had a flying monkey or something.
Oh, it was so
strange.
cute.
Yeah, I can't remember its name, but hopefully we'll meet him and I'll, I can ask him what it was.
Yeah. Maybe I think he's on our, and I'm gonna pull up my letter and yeah, I think maybe it's the same one. Maybe it's the same Valtos. I'll sort of showed the letter.
I get very excited at the prospect of meeting the flying monkey again. I'm like, yes.
Okay, so you start coming up on the docks, and you see a familiar ship and a familiar flying monkey.
I figure we turn to each other and just open mouth, surprise face, happy face.
I'm gonna run to the ship to see if I can find the sailor/monkey.
I'm gonna follow full speed while keeping an eye out for a well-dressed individual.
All right, well, you get to the ship, no problem. There's no well-dressed or drab-looking individual on your way there. But you're familiar with the ship. You've served on it in the past, and well, flying monkey's definitely on board, right atop the sails. But no one else is in view. Where could he be? Where could he be?
I don't know where I am.
No, you can be anywhere.
It's up to you.
I'm just standing there reading a book.
Are you on deck?
Oh yeah, I'm just sitting on a railing.
No one was there.
Okay.
Other side of the ship. You can't see me from the dock.
Okay.
So I loudly go hello as I get on the on board to see if anyone's here.
I turn around. You two, you find Ugin yet?
I don't answer that. I say,
What
can I
the
see your monkey? Can I see your monkey?
I command the monkey to come down and fly into... What was your name again?
It's
Acreus' face.
It's Ugo, not Ugin.
I am Ugin, Frank. I am Ugin.
Don't use Ugin. That's an actual character that I.
Oh,
Ugo.
All right. So
Anyway, I command the monkey to fly into his face somewhat violently.
So I run around with this monkey, like I'm playing with him and he's playing with me. And Alex, you can take the conversation because I'm distracted with the monkey now.
No, we just came in and spotted your ship before we spotted Ugo. If you'd like to help us look, we'll certainly appreciate it.
Come along. Thought I had a little more time, but you know, might as well get to business.
Oh yeah, we're teammates, by the way.
Yes, I read the letter too.
So yeah, it's late afternoon or so. I'm making my way. I had to come from Acros, so it's been a bit of a journey for me. I'm looking, I'm looking through the letter. I'm like pretty well dressed, right? I'm like from a noble
Yeah,
family
you're-
in Acros, so I'm. But I've also brought a lot of military, like a lot of weapons with me and stuff. So I'm kind of carrying them around. Got the soldiers bearing, walking around. I know of Meletis, like I know of where the docks are. I don't know it super well, but like I'm pretty familiar with sort of moving around people and making my own path. People don't really get in my way. And I'm thinking yeah, I'm looking around. I think I see like a pretty drab looking guy. Am I the first to arrive or the last? I'm happy to do it either way, but have you guys found Ugo yet at this point?
No,
we're
they
screwing
wouldn't
on the
have
trip.
found him yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I find someone who I think is
Yes.
Ugo.
So later on, as time goes by, uh, there's going you as you're walking towards the docks area, you can see someone wearing a long black robe, bald head. Nothing particular about him. Just a perfectly uninspired individual. Walking with somewhat haste towards the dock, carrying what would appear to be some parchment rolled up under his arm. You recognize this to meet the somewhat just drab description as
Sure.
compared to the rest of the. Let's call them more well-off individuals of Meletis. It looks like he's taken some vows of some sort.
Got you. All right, so I'm going to approach him. I try to not accost him or intimidate him. I'm just going to say, "Hello, this is Kanathos. I believe you wrote to me." And I hand out the letter. Show him the letter.
He's taken aback briefly, and you didn't expect anyone to approach him. He kind of like gives you an eye, takes the letter, and he says to you, "Oh well, yes, of course. Quickly, let's go down to the docks. Hopefully, we should be able to meet the rest of your team down there."
Yeah, about my team. I don't recognize any of these men. Are they soldiers?
He starts fumbling for one of the parchments, and he unrolls it real fast. No, but they were selected based on their individual merit, and they should serve a rather prosperous team for you. Now, quickly, let's head on down.
Oh yes, of course.
So he ushers you quickly down to the docks.
All right.
Upon which it's very, very easy for you to spot a rather brightly sailed boat and, well, two people that seem like they shouldn't be there, and one person who very much seems at home on the sea.
All right. So I'm gonna sort of walk up and hello. This is Kanathos of House Badger. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
I'm sorry, House Badger.
Yes.
I run up and salute in a soldier salute. And I am Acrius, and this is my boat.
Don't mind him. So you're on the team, huh?
Yes, it appears so. And who are you?
Valtos. That's Zelkos, and don't worry about Kanathos. He's strange.
I'm Kanathos.
He's
That's
Kanathos.
You're
Acrius.
Kanathos.
Hey, Chris.
Dang it.
Don't worry about Kanathos.
I chuckle at Zalthos. I'm like, you're a silly man.
I say, Kanathos, you from Acros?
Yes, born, raised, fought, retired.
Retired. You don't look retired. You look pretty good.
Yeah, some say you can leave the military, but the military never leaves you.
Okay.
And you?
Yeah, I'm I guess a cook and an entertainer and an actor, with a bit of magic up my sleeve.
Well, let me tell you, a career in the military has taught me the merits of the first two. I'll pass judgment on the third when I see it.
Sure.
Ugo kind of pushes his way past you and says, all right then, on the letter here it says there were supposed to be 5. I counts down 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th isn't here. Has anyone seen a Poggles?
As you say that, a bird flies down from one of the sails and comes down and transforms into a turtle and says, "Hello, I am Poggles."
What manner of creature are you?
Turtle!
I am a turtle. A turtle. I'm a turtle druid.
I sort of look to Valtos here, and then I look to Ugo and say, am I being pranked here?
I received a letter, and I said I was looking for this man, Ugo, and I figured I was listening for a while, and I think I'm in the right spot. Hello.
Hello, welcome to the team.
I've never met a
Ugo's-
turtle. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go please.
I've never met a turtle that can speak before. And I kind of inspect you up and down.
There's a few of us. We come from an area where I live alone, so I just ventured here on my own.
Sorry,
It took
Frank.
a few days,
Sorry, go ahead.
but I'm here now.
I
There's
also
not many
come
of
from
us.
an area.
Where would this area happen to be?
In between Akros and Miletus.
Frank, can I ask like a player question? Do Nyxborn? Like, can I identify him as a Nyxborn at glance if I'm a learned individual?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
sure.
Oh yeah. Anyone should be able to do so. You
Okay,
can tell
cool.
he's got like stars almost inlaid into his like personage, whether it be on his shell or otherwise.
Got you.
It's very obvious to tell that he is blessed, quote unquote, by the gods in some way.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah.
Ugo interjects and says, yes, there's plenty of crazy things that happen here in Miletus. That being said, I'm supposed to get you all up to speed on what you'll be doing here. So, how many of you have heard of the Nixian trials?
I have.
Not me.
I have.
I have.
I think I have. I'm familiar.
Could you tell me again?
Well,
Ugo?
he looks over at you, Akris, and he says, well, since the rest of your team has some idea what's going on here, I'll illuminate you as such. We gather here in order to pay homage to the gods and show our devotion to them. By doing so, we gather with teams and we set out to perform tasks in to earn the gods' favor. Each team is provided 3 different tasks that they must accomplish. Your tasks will be provided to you via this parchment. I've not looked at them. They are for your eyes only. He starts to hand it to Akris, and as he goes to hand it to Akris, he kind of turns and hands it to
I can take those.
Canathos.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll
come and
take
grab
it.
it from him?
No. If he goes to take it, I'll just hands back.
He's going to kind of pivot and turn to Canathos.
Poggles look and moves behind this tall soldier.
Yes, come, gather around. That's-
Before all that, I go, Ugo, I have one question. You said our reward is our god's favor. Is there anything more substantial as a reward for this, or is it just the god's favor?
He looks taken aback. There should be no more substantial reward than the god's favor.
Ah, yeah,
Zelkos
silly
get
me.
him.
Yeah, silly me.
Zelkos is gonna like crouch down and whisper in his ear and be like, "More fame makes it easier to get more money. We got this."
Thank you, Ugo. I'm gonna go read this now.
All right, so I'm sort of gonna, get the gang around me. Brings me back to my war days, reading the missives from headquarters. So I'm gonna show this to everyone. Say, okay, well, does everyone know how to read?
Yes.
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 I can
I
read
look at
Common and Sylvan.
Acreus.
Excellent.
I want to take a look at the parchment first to see what language was written in before I actually say yes triumphantly.
Okay. Well, yeah, you can have a look. I think I'm holding it in a way that all of us can see it.
What language is this in, Frank? I'm looking at it right now.
It's in your standard common.
Yes, I know how to read this.
Okay, excellent. So,
Okay. So
Arnold is curious. Where did he receive this parchment from?
Ugo just gave it to Krishna a few seconds ago.
are you asking Ugo?
are you
Niels?
asking where Ugo got it?
Yes.
Did he say the oracles? The Council of Oracles?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
got it
oracles
from the
on back.
council. of Oracles.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you read the parchment reads, to Team 3, the trials set before you are as follows. The goddess Thassa deems that a rogue group of Trident have claimed an island for their own and have not blessed it for Thassa. You are to go to the island and you are to mete out judgment in her name. The second trial reads that you will deliver a jar to the city of Akros, unharmed and undestroyed. And then your third trial reads, there is some form of banditry going on in Death Bellow Canyon. There are a number of caravans that have gone missing going from Akros up to Scophos, and justice must be met out for them. The order in which you complete these tasks is up to you. At the bottom it says as follows. The island of note that the Triton have taken over is off to the west of Miletus. This is a small enough island where it is not on the map for the record.
Right.
Where's the canyon on the map?
Death
The
Bellow
Death Bellow
Canyon.
All the way
is
north.
directly north of Akros.
Right here. And then,
Nice.
and then Scophos is up here.
The jar will be provided to you the morning of the trials. You are to carry it with you on your journey until you reach Akros and pass it off to the Temple of Heliod there. And Death Bellow Canyon, how you address that issue is up to you. Though it was suggested that you proceed with caution, as that becomes untamed Mogus land. All that is asked of you for that is to make sure the bandits are properly dealt with. And that's how the letter concludes.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like the only one we can really fail, besides dying, and I'll sort of fiddle with the Koina's necklace, is the delivering the jar. So I think we would want to do that one first, since that's the only one we can really fail, and then we go on to the more dangerous of tasks. What do you all think?
Seems reasonable.
I agree. What combat experience do you all have?
I have fought once in real combat and many times in mock combat.
I'm struggling to contain my disgust when you say mock combat.
A lot of dead bandits, a lot of dead pirates. I'm still alive.
Yeah,
I take a step back and say I should probably explain a bit. Then I take my hood off to reveal that I'm actually a demon. That I actually spawned, or I guess came from the underworld. And I'm pretty handy with the bow. But to answer your question, I fought one whole time defending the Seder village, and then put my hood back on.
as like this is being said, you can just see my expression slipping a little bit, like looking at the.
Don't
Yeah,
you
I'm
worry. We were
looking at
selected by the gods for a reason. We may be new, but we are definitely not amateurs here.
Mr. Poggles, and you.
I have. I know how to use my spells, my magical powers, and I've only had to use them against another being once to defend my home.
And Puggles, was that an illusion, or were you truly just a bird?
Yeah, I was a bird.
Wow. Can you transform into bird whenever you like?
Not often. It takes a lot out of me to do that. Uh, can only do it for a little bit of time, so I can't do any long traveling. But yes,
I see. Well, I guess you may be the best candidate for carrying a jug if you can just turn into something then fly to safety.
Uh,
I can store it in my shell.
Uh,
Why don't we
No.
get our hands on the jar first to see how big and fragile it is before we decide who's going to carry it?
It's true.
Ugo looks at all of you and says, "So you have your tasks, and I see you've met Voltos, who will see to your transportation as well as being a member of your party." He kind of gestures to the boat.
Is this my boat, Frank?
This is your boat, yes, Voltos?
Yes, this is my boat. It's old, but it'll do.
Is this really your boat?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Nice boat.
well, we're certainly not sailing to Akros, so if we're doing the jar first.
No, we can sail to Akron.
Actually, you can.
Can you
There
sail
is
on
a
the
large enough
Daedra
river for you
River?
to
Yeah.
sail straight up to Akros.
Just kidding. Okay, we could sail to Akros.
Ugu, when do these trials start? When do we get this jar?
Did you say Ugu?
Yeah.
Ugu, yeah.
Ugo.
I'm
Ooh.
never going to be able to get you to say his name properly, am I?
I don't know why this is a surprise to anyone.
Ooh.
Really ooh
Oh god.
Say that one again?
ooh.
What time does the trial start, and when do we get the jar?
The trials will start promptly tomorrow morning at sunrise. You'll hear horns blare, and I'm sure the pomp and circumstance will be overwhelming, to say the very least.
And where do we get our jar?
I'm sure I'll be tasked with providing that to you tomorrow morning.
Of course.
He kind of rolls his eyes a bit.
All right. Well, gents,
Do you-
that means. Go ahead. Sorry.
Do you have any other questions you need answered?
Anything we should see in town for the night? We haven't spent
I
much
do.
time on this.
I have a question from after, but go ahead.
I'm sure there's. I don't really go out at night to enjoy myself. I'm usually stuck inside doing busy work for the temples. But there is a bustling nightlife here in Miletus, though I'm sure it's a little more on the rowdy side, considering all the people here for the trials.
Well, if you'd like to join us, you're certainly welcome. If you want to take a night off from your busy work.
No. That's quite all right. I'm fine, thank you. You said you had a question?
Yes, Mr. Ugo, if that is your real name.
It is.
You poked fun at me looking for a reward more than the god's favor. What god do you worship, Mr. Ugo?
He kind of looks at you funny. I'm a worshiper of Thassa. That's the main goddess here of Miletus. As you can see, he gestures out to the ocean. It's a large part of our everyday life.
I kind of rub my chin a bit. I'm like, a likely story. Off with you. I'm done with you.
He kind of looks at you funny. You said you were a what again?
A demon.
That's a funny joke. That's a cute joke right there. And he
Yeah,
kind of
he's an actor like myself, and I'll kind of like nudge him.
I wouldn't see any play you're in.
That's what you think. Don't you worry. One day you'll hear the famous tales of Zelkos, and you'll never want to miss a moment with me.
Was that directed to me or Alex, Frank?
That was directed to Alex.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. I chuckle a bit to that because I like seeing him with some teeth.
I whispered to Canathos, they're always like this.
I'm
Doesn't
just
stop.
looking at him like, how are we supposed to win?
How are we getting this boat to the other side? Oh wait, there's a river going.
There's a river that flows through. Yeah, if you say you want to get to Akros, there's a river that will basically flows through this peninsula and then up.
How
Up
are
the,
you at river
Data river.
navigation, Valtos?
Shouldn't be a problem.
Well, if you all excuse me, I'm going to see myself off. I have much in the way of paperwork to do.
It's not actually a river, technically. But
So thank you, Hugo. I appreciate it. Can you be found at the Temple of Thassa here? Which Temple of Thassa can you be found at?
He just points up to the hill, and there's this very grand temple that's just up there overseeing the ocean. The river right there.
Okay.
Well, if you will excuse me, I have to turn in early tonight. Bright and early day tomorrow, as he quickly ushers himself out.
Have a wonderful evening.
Don't forget our jar. We need the jar.
He keeps waving.
Just wave.
Okay, so now that he's taken his leave of us, what are you all capable of? What are your areas of expertise? When we're trying to form a plan, I'm gonna need to know a bit about what each of you can do. You look like a wizard or a spellcaster of some sort. Look to Valtos. I'm not sure what to make of the actors. And Poggles, Mr. Poggles, that is. What is your area of expertise?
I have a lot of druidic abilities, but I've learned a lot from the gods, and they've taught me a lot about the stars.
Given we're on a mission for the gods, so to speak, you'll be a valued asset, I think. Now, I turn to Delcos. You said you were an actor, but you fought before?
I am not an actor.
No, Zelkos, sorry.
Oh, Zelkos.
Yeah, I was always just a cook and a musician, but through my music and through, as Poggle said, the will of the gods, I've picked up a few magical tricks of my own, and I'll blow a few notes on my pan flute and make a copy of Canathos next to him with a minor illusion spell. I also have my words cut a little deeper than most and can be very distracting in battle, almost to the point of harming someone. And I've got a few other tricks. I've can be quite charming, even in the middle of a combat. I have some healing capabilities. I can disguise myself, and this, and I hold up the pan flute and just sort of admire it for a second, was enchanted by Carmesha herself, if I'm not mistaken, and has quite a few tricks as well. Some magics related to her capabilities.
So you
I'm also not too bad with this rapier.
Oh, not too bad with the rapier. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at Acris now and say, what about you? I'm sorry. Did you say you were a demon?
Yes. I bow a little bit and I say, I've been known to have some sticky fingers, which gets me into trouble every once in a while. And I can vanish before your very eyes.
Don't tell them that.
There are party members. We have to be nice.
We've been over this. We can't trust everyone right away.
I trust a big, strong guy, and I point to Canathos.
No, as long as you're part of my party, I feel responsibility for you. Your secrets are safe with me.
And I look at Zelkos, we can trust him. And I can actually vanish before your very eyes if the light is correct.
So what weapon do you use? Your friend is a rapier user. Are you also a
I
close
hold
close-
out my very strange looking bow. I say I use this.
I'm a little taken aback. I've never seen anything like that. Is that a bow?
Yes. As I said, I'm a demon, so I came from the underworld, and I kind of snagged this on the way up. But don't tell anyone. And I go, like, hush, hush.
I'm sure that will come in handy. And then I'm gonna sort of look to Valtos and say, okay, so you probably have the most to say if I had to guess, given that you are pretty clearly a magic user. Uh, what's the nature of your powers?
You know, battlefield control, killing people. You get the picture.
Yeah, I see the use in both. And you can sort of tell I'm kind of like want to know more, but all right, that's fine. You can tell that you're a bit more taciturn. And then so Mr. Poggle, sorry, do you prefer to sort of what is the nature of your magic? Are you do you hurt people with your magic? Can you protect people with your magic? What is
I can hurt people.
okay?
I can hurt people. I can help people.
So, if no one has any objections, I believe I will be the vanguard. Because, as you can see, what you see is what you get with me. I have no magical abilities. I have only 30 years of military service to my name. So,
Poggles in an uncharismatic way sighs of relief that he doesn't have to lead the party.
okay, no,
He's very happy.
Mr. Poggles, no, do not worry. You will all be safe with me. I take my obligation to you all very seriously.
As do I, sir, and I pound my chest.
I believe as the first order of business, we should find lodging for the night. I understand some of you have extracurriculars planned, but it would be good to get a good night's rest before the day that awaits us.
Actually, I think right outside the walls might be one of the best rests we can have. Karametra has blessed me with the ability once a day to create sort of a lodging of hers for us. It's quite comfortable if you'd like to partake of it. Otherwise, I could always use it up on the ship if this is a safe and comfortable place. With your permission, Valtos.
The ship is open. I was quite looking for an actual bed, but you know,
I was
whatever
also
makes
looking
everyone
for
feel
a bed.
safer.
I'm with Valtos. I was also looking for a comfy bed, not this wooden thing.
Poggles
Haven't you
says he
slept
can
in his
sleep
hut
anywhere.
before? Haven't you? Is the hut not as comfortable as a bed? Like, sorry, that's a player question. But...
No, it just like the temperature can be perfectly controlled, which is
Right.
really nice. But otherwise, like your bed is whatever you bring in with you.
Yes, well, I'm sure we will be roughing it in your lodging quite often in the trial with the trials ahead. So maybe we should get our last chance at a bed tonight.
I have
If
a
you're all
player
in agreement.
question.
Yeah.
Player question. How do turtles sleep?
They sleep like anyone else.
Well, the question
Yeah.
I think the question was in shell or out of shell, right?
I think that's a personal question.
It's like over the covers, under the covers.
Yeah, I'd say you could alternate your roles. Like, if you want to sleep like a human without a shell, you can, and if you want to sleep in your shell, you probably can as well. It's like whatever you want to do.
Hell yeah.
Sure, a bed would just be nice either way, though. So like,
I like my privacy.
okay.
Let's go find an inn then.
Sure.
Anyone know Melitus? I know of it, but I am not.
I have been here many times, but Zelkos remembers more than me.
Sort
Yeah,
of look at Zelka.
I remember passing through once or twice. I remember being on the outskirts, but I don't really think we took advantage of it. I was more interested in some of our companions than the town around us at the time.
As I've actually been here before, follow me, and I am going to lead them to a Crewfix-friendly inn that I've stayed at before.
Okay.
Sorry, Frank, on the way, I am keeping mental note and eyes out for any rich-looking districts or areas.
You're keeping an eye out for what you say?
Like rich-looking districts or areas of the town that we're passing.
As we set
Okay.
out, Poggles
Well-
slowly hangs out behind everyone and starts smoking a pipe. I'll be right back.
Well, as you're walking from the harbor, you see a bunch of counting houses and a bunch of basically storerooms for goods that are coming in and out of the harbor. You can probably reckon there would be some amount of perceived wealth in there, or in these various strong houses here.
Okay, I just take a mental note of it. I'm not like acting on it, but I'm just
Okay. So, you're all led by Voltos to this inn.
Also, do we notice the opposite? Anyone who's like struggling or kind of like looking homeless or not doing so well?
Yeah, that's very much a thing. You see various people who will very much look down on their luck. A bunch of people who are just kind of on the streets. One person who looks like he's doing really well on the street, though. He's living in what seems to be a giant wine cask that's kind of turned over, and he looks like he's just doing his best.
So, anyone who looks like hungry, I'm gonna kind of jog
Yes.
over and give them a good berry and be like, this may seem like a joke, but this is please eat this. You look very hungry.
Okay, so this you approach this woman, and she says, "Oh well, I couldn't. Please, no, I couldn't. But my daughter, on the other hand, I think she could definitely use your good berry."
This is a berry of Karametra. We'll
She
feed you
kind
for
of
a
is like,
day.
"Oh, I don't know if I should be accepting that. I'm one of the faithful to Thassa."
I mean, I think all the gods smiled down on us, and Thassa's, I'm sure, here to protect you as much as Karametra is. Just live another day so you can help Thassa tomorrow, right?
With those words, she says, "Oh, that's very true, very true." And she takes that berry and she hurries away down an alleyway after receiving that from you.
I'm gonna get out of there. Not worried
There's
about
no
getting
daughter
thanks.
to be seen.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm out.
Is that all you got? You just want to do a good deed?
I'm gonna do
One
a couple.
good deed a day?
No, I'm gonna. If I see anyone, I got 5 more I'm willing to hand out. So if I see anyone else, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Elkos? She didn't have a daughter.
That's fine. She can use it or give it to someone else. So as long as someone's eating, Karametra's happy. I'm happy.
All right, you keep walking. You come upon another person who looks downtrodden and down on their luck.
Yeah, I'll jog over to them because I don't want to fall too far behind the party, and say, "Hey, are you hungry?"
Oh, yes, I am, sir. I'm sorry, I don't see many of your kind in this city. What are you offering? Do I have to? I don't have. I'm afraid I don't have any money.
No, it's fine. This has been gifted to me, and I'll gift it to you as well. Here, this is a blessed berry.
Wait, can I insight check him, Alex? Sorry, Frank, off that statement of I have no money, I have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sort of stopping Valtos to
20.
point at what's going on.
Yeah, okay. This person's very clearly lying to you. This person's clearly lying.
As you're about to give the good berry, I pull you back a bit, and I'm like, this fucker's lying to you, as Elkos.
Oh,
What is there a problem? Please,
No
I'm
problem, sir.
very
No problem,
hungry.
sir. No problem. This guy's fucking lying to you, Zelkos.
oh, sorry, I'm mistaken. Have a good day, and I will get out of there. Accurate.
Okay.
You're getting good at reading people, I see.
I can spot when someone has money and when they can't, and that man had money.
Are we like Lena, are we gonna get some later?
Come fucking steal some from him later. Don't worry.
All right,
What
so
the
continue
fuck's
on.
wrong
Valtos.
with you?
And we're hold on. How like open is, how many people are like about?
Oh, I whispered that. I don't know. I didn't like say that. Sorry. I don't
But
know if I
this
was-
is for Frank.
It's a pretty busy street. There's a bunch of people walking by.
Okay, I'll skedaddle out of here.
I'm just kind of looking at you two. All right, Valtos, let's go. What?
I'm gonna now look more carefully with more discernment to see if anyone like is actually looks hungry as opposed to like faking it. Seeing now that there seems to be a pattern.
Okay. You come across another woman. Can I get a perception check from you?
Yeah, perception. Perception is
What's your passive? Hold on, I got it right.
low. 12 for
Oh.
perception, 13 for insight.
Well, give
Mine's
me a
15.
perception check from you then.
This is just Alex, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Alex.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any food? Any coin? Anything of the sort? Please. I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Do I believe them? I'm gonna give them a kind of look up and down.
Oh, give me an insight. Yeah, you absolutely believe them.
Oh yes, of course. This is a blessed berry of the gods. Here, take it. Enjoy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. She takes that berry and she runs down an alley.
It's not the same person as before, is it?
With your perception, it could be.
Zelkos, you should save some of your good berries.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder about this town.
Without much further delay, you're led to the local inn, or the inn that Voltos is
like.
leading you.
Sorry, Frank, I have a
Yes.
player question.
Yeah.
Is there like anything, if I'm a Crewfix follower, that would identify it as a Crewfix inn to me? Like Crewfix friendly inn?
If you know the songs.
Some iconography, yeah, some like
Okay.
standard Crewfix iconography. But
So,
outside of that, outside of your run-of-the-mill god iconography that denotes that denotes who's basically running it, or what the owner of the inn, who the owner of the inn worships. That really any inn is the same as any other,
Right.
unless it's barring certain circumstances.
because I know like Crewfix is like secretive and whatnot, you know? So it's like. So when we get here and I sort of identify it as a Crewfix friendly inn, extremely clumsily, in Crewfix can't, I attempt to signal Valtos, and sort of like indicate that I am a Crewfix follower.
I indicate back, no shit, you idiot.
All right, so you're just an asshole. Got it. All right, so you guys
No, he
go
was
in.
just that clumsy that invoked
Yeah.
those ones.
Alright, so yeah, I'm heading in. Following Valtos.
Alright. Poggles, are you trailing behind? What do you?
Yeah, I'm chilling behind.
You've got the pipe out, right?
Alright.
Poggles, can I try some
We
of
got
that?
the pipe out still. Am I allowed to smoke inside?
You have to ask the
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 proprietor.
establishment.
Poggles, Zelkos has been known to take a rip here and there. You might want to ask him if he wants some.
I actually just asked if I could have some.
Oh yeah, of course. I love sharing nature's gifts.
Bong rips.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit of that and pass it back. Thank you.
Constitution saving
Don't
throw.
thank me. Thank you, God.
I pray to the gods real quick.
Okay, so we
Alright,
head
so-
into. Yeah, go ahead.
You enter the establishment. It seems to be your standard run-of-the-mill inn. There's your standard layout. Seems like there's a fire in the back, or a hearth in the back. A bunch of tables laid out, and it seems like they serve food and beverage down here. And it seems as if the counter in which you would order food and drink is the only counter here. It seems like this is where you would do food, drink, lodging, etc. There's a bunch of people who are sitting here kind of closed off in their own booths and at their own tables, speaking very quietly. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of partying going on here, as it were. It's very everyone keeping to themselves.
Okay.
I walk up to the counter and ask, rooms for 5?
Elle, are you from Miletus?
I am not. I am from the, whatever that southern city is, New Lantern.
Okay.
I've been to Miletus a lot, though.
Sure. The person behind the counter looks up. Valtos, is that you? Come here and give me a hug, my boy.
Gives big hug.
Large hug.
Athletic check.
Oh god.
So this
Contested leather
bear of a
checks.
man comes out from behind the counter and embraces you.
What's his name?
Why are you in these parts, my boy?
We're here for the trials.
He raises an eyebrow. The trials, you say? Well, what's the occasion? Were you invited? Are you on one of your well, he points up a mission for you know who? What's the occasion here?
I was invited, which is interesting.
And he kind of like looks around you. Who are these? Is this your accompaniment?
Yes, this is the party.
I'm his bodyguard, Acrius, said I hit my chest.
He kind of looks back at you. He's like, bodyguard. I wasn't aware you were in need of much in the way of bodyguarding.
I'll need all the help I can get for this one.
Give another extremely clumsy Krufix chant. Hello, I also follow Krufix.
He signs back to you, but it's seamless. He's like, always good to see another one of the faithful.
Gotta look at him, then look at Valtos, and think, okay.
What's his name, Frank?
Fuck.
Hello,
Give me a
fuck.
second.
Hello, fuck. Yeah.
Hold on, I have a long list.
I'm sure it's not Ugin.
It's not Ugin.
What
Uga.
about whatever the hell I said that wasn't
Uga.
Odin?
Poggles is in a L's familiar.
His
here.
name's Karsten.
Okay.
Anyway, Karsten. Rooms for 5? Or are you full up?
He looks around. We're pretty full this evening. But for you, I'll make an exception. I'll get you boys a nice room. One room or 2? He kind of looks around. 1 or 2?
Do
I looked
does
at the
one
party.
room have 5 beds? Yeah, does one room have 5 beds?
I mean, it will be a bit cramped.
2 rooms, please.
How much is it per room?
All right, give me 1 second. I'll go drum up the keys.
And how much would it be
Please
per room?
feel free to
Whoa.
say again.
Go ahead, Alex, and then.
And how much would it be per room? As I put my hand on Acrius' shoulder.
Well, you're all here for the trials, yes?
Mhm.
How's about this? How's about first night, just a measly couple of copper from each of you.
Oh, yeah.
In exchange, you get a room, and when you come back from these trials with your heads held high, you come back here and bring in all of your good... You endorse my fine establishment.
Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, Poggles is okay with that sponsorship.
I don't say anything, but I just, the group is all agreeing. I don't say anything. I'm not verbally agreeing to this.
All right, so he
Sounds
holds out his hand and he's like, "I'll take 5 copper from each of you."
I fish out 5 copper and hand it to him.
As do
That's
I.
why.
Zelkos, I forgot my copper.
I got you. I give him another 5 copper.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Poggles pays no problem.
Poggles pays. Excellent. Well, with a room comes a free round of drinks. So, why don't you go see yourselves to a table? I'll grab your keys and I'll bring over a nice round for all of you.
Sure, thank you.
As he's going to get the drinks, Frank, I'm walking very slowly, but not like weirdly slowly, past the tables with people trying to listen and they're talking and they're whispering to see what they're talking about.
All right.
And as we're sitting at our table, I'm gonna pull out my little drum. I'm gonna start hitting a beat and singing a song about like kind of like just doing little chores. And I do that for about 10 minutes as I am ritual casting Unseen Servant.
Sure. So, Tommy, for you, as you're walking by one of the tables, you can overhear someone. Saying the following. I don't know if you saw them come in, but there was a team that came in a short while ago. They had someone flaming pyres almost on his back, and he had a great sword. I've never seen armor like that before. It was solidly not from around here. It looked like it was from Deathbellow. I'm not sure though. I've never seen anything like that up close before.
I turned to them and I'm like, "Are you talking about that guy from Deathbellow? I saw him come in too. Holy shit!"
You turn to them and say that?
Yes.
They look taken aback a bit. And they're like, well, I'm not certain if he's where he's from, but I just the armor was unfamiliar to me. And then he turns back to who he was talking to and he starts signing at him. You can tell he's now no longer. You can no longer understand what he's saying.
I'm like Monka S-ing, and then I go away from this table and try to go listen in on a different table's conversation.
Fungus.
For this one, I'm gonna have to ask perception. That one was rather loud. This is.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, you're not hearing much. And as you start approaching tables, people start switching over to Krufix camp.
Okay, I go back to the table of food, disappointed. Like, sorry, where we're sitting. I go back to where we're sitting and like sit.
What were you ritual casting, Alex?
I'm ritual casting Unseen Servant. So just singing a little song about doing chores and stirring the pot and cooking.
So you're singing though.
Just quietly, yeah.
Okay. So not really loud enough to be heard beyond.
Yeah, everyone at the
own-
table could like talk over me if they wanted to, but they couldn't not hear what I'm saying.
All right, sure. Anyone else have anything?
No, I'm just sitting at the table with Valtos. I might like sign a little bit to him, like, you know, how long have you known this place or stuff like that. But like, yeah, like how long have you known Cantus? What was it?
Karsten.
Sorry, yeah.
6 years now. He's always like that.
It's good to know there are nice Krufix followers too. I signed to.
No,
Your
just don't respond.
Krufix cant it's shaky at best.
Extremely bad. Extremely bad.
All right, so after a short period of time, Karsten kind of lets out a whistle, and then an individual, a barkeep, comes over with the round of drinks for you all, and puts the drinks down on the table as well as 2 sets of keys.
I'm gonna ask Karsten a question. I raise my hand, like as if it's a classroom, and I go, "Hey, Karsten, can I ask you a question, and you don't judge me for this?"
Kind of like comes out from behind the bar, and he trundles on over. You can now see the full weight of this man.
Where is the wealthy part of this town?
Well, Meletis' wealth spread around. Every part of the city's got its own fair bit of wealth distributed. Down here at the docks, it's in, well, more shipped goods and finished products that we're going to ship out all around the land. And the banking houses are up by the temples of Thanax and Heliod, and I mean, depends on how you define wealth. If you're looking for a wealth of knowledge, there's plenty of libraries up by the temples Fanak, or by the temples of Farika and Krufix. That's more your style.
Poggles hears Farika and perks up a little bit and is interested, saying, "What'd you say about the Temple of Farika?"
There's archives. I mean, archives on medicine, archives on healing.
Yeah,
They're nothing compared to the archives devoted to Krufix, as he slams his fist down the table twice, and other people start slamming their fists down the table.
I slam my fist down the table twice to be like them.
They stop.
Poggle says, "Okay," and backs down because he does not like when a lot of people are talking at the same time.
Love Poggles.
So,
I hope that answer was sufficient.
It was more
Kinda
than
high to
sufficient.
put down. I also hope you won't be doing anything illicit with that information.
No, I just wanted to understand the layout of the town. Thank you.
All right.
So, we've been sitting down, we've been drinking, we've been eating. After I finish eating, I'm gonna take out my dragon chess set and ask Baltos if he wants to have a game.
I tell him no.
Alright. Anyone
Alright.
else want to have a game?
I'll play.
Okay. Do you know the rules?
No.
Okay. So I'll spend 5 minutes teaching him the rules. And how do we want to do this? Would this be like a contested intelligence check, or like how do you decide who wins? To the extent that it's important.
Alex isn't even proficient in Dragon Chess, so I don't even know.
No.
I had
I
to
like
teach him.
Can we do contested intelligence check?
Yeah.
Okay, so you never get intelligence checks.
What you say?
Why?
This is you teaching him?
So I'm teaching him, and then we're gonna play.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. You give me an intelligence check now, not contested against Alex.
Okay.
How well can you teach him the rules?
Right.
Oh, that's a saving throw. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a saving throw. Yeah.
Saving
Okay,
throw.
but I never rolled a 7. Okay.
All right. So now you teach him. You teach Zelkos how to play. You kind of go over the rules. You're very clearly well versed in this game, and you kind of glance over everything as if people have a similar understanding or have at least heard of it. If you would like to play against each other, do contesting intelligence rolls against each other. Alex, because he didn't roll high enough, I'm going to have you roll at a disadvantage.
Sure.
Krishna's
Okay,
getting
I
a
was-
4.
I was gonna say, do I get a
No, you're getting a
proficiency?
4. By the
What?
way.
Divination
Why are you
magic.
getting 4?
You're gonna spend your divination dice?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm also going to. I mean, it won't help me, but just for flavor, I never move a piece. I order my unseen servant to move the pieces for me.
Wait, Frank, do I get proficiency in this because I'm proficient in Dragon Chess?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Do
what
a
would that?
6.
That would be okay. I get a 6, or
So Alex,
17. So I just magically every time I think of a move, you just see the piece move on its own.
so maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the alcoholic drink, but he just seems to always be one step ahead of you, and this is very impressive for someone who's just picked up Dragon Chess for the first time.
Oh, this is a fun game.
then you sort of see me under my breath. It's like my wife all over again.
I put my arm on Kanathos' shoulder, and I'm like, "Don't worry, champ. He's one of the smartest people I know."
Yeah, good game. Good game.
This was fun. I should play it again sometime. Be a good game on the ship to pass the time.
All right, well, hold on a second.
I didn't even need to screw Krishna's roll. You'd have lost that anyway.
What?
I didn't even need to give you the 4. You'd have lost that anyway.
We don't know
Nah,
that. There's a
Nah,
chance.
man. I could have gotten a big pog roll.
Yeah, I had half my proficiency to all my ability checks too, which is nice.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna use the former one then.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it shouldn't. It's just a
This is
it's
who I am. Yeah.
thing for orientating things.
What is happening?
A token.
Okay.
Speaking of, everyone should have a token on the board.
Except Krishna.
Yes.
Except for Christian. That only you and I should be able to move for your each individual tokens.
I can
Alex,
never
do me a favor and try and move Charles's.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
move any token.
Can you move your own?
No.
What the fuck?
Also,
Tommy, can you move your own?
Nope. Nope.
Charles
Toggles
can
is
move
moving.
his. Toggles can move his.
Toggles is flying all over.
if you click on the token, hit the gear, and then it should say like owned
Yeah,
by
I-
player. Yeah.
Adjusted them to everyone.
Also,
but-
after the session, you might want to make like a tiny one that's like a little ship, and then we can tell like how far along
Yeah,
the
I'm
travel we
gonna-
are.
All right, can you move it now, Al?
Yeah.
Voltos, Zelkos. I swear to God, you guys did this on purpose.
Frank, that was the first thing I thought. Well,
I made my name
Could
first.
be worse. Could be alternate. No, you did not.
Really?
Hold on a second. No.
I'm pretty sure yours was Invados.
No. Invaders
my
was
name
my
was
character
made
name, and I
first.
changed it to Valtos. I did have
Okay.
the other character hanging out there to confuse you, though.
That's fair.
It's not Anton and Alton, though.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, we only have 2 letters in common. Oh no, I guess the L is pretty bad. First syllable ending in L, last syllable ending in os.
What colors have I used? Okay. We'll do this.
Gotta give him like
and
a bronze or like a
yeah, I'm
gold.
gonna use like a bronzish yellow for Krishna then.
Why is Valtos upside down?
He moved himself.
Because
Oh, okay,
you can change your rotation.
Just want to get this done now.
Snail.
Big snail.
Pantheon.
It's me. Hey, it even looks like I'm holding a sword actually in this picture. Kinda.
Yeah, I tried to orient it far enough over so that you can't really see the grip at all. So
Big
like
fan.
it could be a weirdly shaped sword. Okay, can you move that?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know if you can move it now.
Yep. Still can move.
Can you move it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Cool, we're done with that. Tokens are all set up. You guys have the drink. You're having a good time. Maybe. All right. So after that rousing game of Dragon Chess,
Mm-hmm.
you see a bunch of patrons start getting up and heading to their rooms as it starts to get the sun starts to go down, and
Right.
people seem like they're winding down for the evening. Karsten kind of waves his hand a bit, and then a barkeep heads on over to your table and says, would you gentlemen like anything else for the evening? The kitchen's closing soon.
No, thank you, sir. I think it's about time for me to head to bed.
All right, any of the rest of you, are you all good on food? The bar should be open for a little while longer if you're interested in continuing your evening.
Toggles asks for a small snack because he gets the munchies at night.
What can we offer you? What are you looking for, sir?
I'll have whatever. Nothing that's much of a hassle. Just whatever you have ready. Small snack, anything. I can keep it warm. Somehow.
He looks a bit nervous. Okay, chef's discretion.
Sure. Also, no meat, please.
Anyone else?
No, thank you. The dinner was wonderful.
All right. The bar. Who left? Tommy.
Chris is
Okay.
back.
Rush, you're good.
So the barkeep ends up heading to the back of the kitchen, and you start hearing yelling coming from the back of the kitchen. And the man who's clearly a chef, apron on and everything, comes walking out, hands up, and the barkeep follows behind him and gestures to your table. And then the chef puts his hands on his head, face palms almost, just like, walks back into the kitchen. A couple minutes later, Poggles. Couple minutes later, the barkeep comes walking out again, and puts a plate down in front of you and puts a head of lettuce down.
I smile and rip off a tiny leaf and just fold it into a little pocket and put it in a little pouch.
The barkeep looks at you. Is that all?
I nod, very happy.
He kind of goes to pick up the plate. So you're done?
Poggles just looks at him.
The barkeep slowly removes the plate of lettuce and brings it back to the kitchen. You hear more yelling.
6 charisma, by the way.
You hear more yelling.
Can I see into the kitchen?
No. Give me a perception. Sure. Give me a perception. There's a swaying, there's a cloth.
Oh, I'll tell my unseen servant to go move the curtain out of the way so I can see.
Okay, sure. Then, yeah. Give me a perception roll regardless.
12.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you could see the chef kind of yelling at the guy. Tempers are high, and it's confused.
So
They're both very clearly confused about what just happened.
as I see them, I begin to play a little song on my pan flute, and I cast Calm Emotions on both of them. So that's a DC 15 Charisma saving throw at disadvantage. Actually, no, not disadvantage, just regular.
Sure. You see it? You said DC 15?
Yep. Charisma save.
Alright. Well, the barkeep fails, and the chef rolls a 20. So the chef is still enraged, but the barkeep's just kind of mellowed out a bit, which is leading to the chef becoming more enraged. So it's kind of doubling back.
I hold concentration the whole minute and just chuckle the entire time.
Oh my god, the chef is just...
So then the barkeep comes out a short while later and says, sir, for the lettuce, it's going to be about a copper. The chef is very insistent on that, even though you only took a tiny leaf.
Poggles?
Poggles?
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
The barkeep comes out to you and is like, sir, the leaf you took is going to be about a copper. I tried to the chef's very insistent that you pay up because
Of course.
he can't use the head of lettuce again, apparently.
If you can't use it again, you can I'll give it to one of my friends. They'll hold it for me. I don't have room in my pouch.
Sure, I'll be right back.
I happily pay for it.
He takes your copper and he goes back into the kitchen. More yelling ensues, and a couple minutes later he comes back out with the head of lettuce. Here you go, sir. He seems very serene right now.
I just smile. I say thank you. Sorry for being a burden.
Oh, it's no problem, sir. And he
Okay.
walks away.
Great. And I look at
Karsten the entire time is kind of
I
like
look at the-
chuckling a bit.
Yeah, I look at the giggling bard, and I'm just laughing. It was a funny joke. Everything's good.
Can I ask a player question that I missed? Did we get the room keys at all, or no?
We
Yeah.
did.
Yes,
we
you
did,
did.
we did.
I actually took one. I think I missed all this because I had it up with one of them. So
I was gonna grab a room key and say first dibs and sprint up the stairs to pick a room.
There is a room key still.
yeah, there's the other one.
First dibs.
First dibs, sprint up the stairs, grab. Well, I don't know how I'd figure out which room is which, but
You tried the key in every single door.
There's no label on the keys.
There's a label. What's your passive perception?
15 or something.
You will notice the fact that there's a label on the key.
Puggles is the last to go, not by choice. He's just moving very slowly. Puggles is in no rush. He's just
I think
Go in the room.
Zelkos would wait until Poggles is ready. Like he's just chilling, jamming on his drum a little bit.
We know it's time to
Yeah.
head out.
Just-
We both had our fun with the chefs and
Done vibing.
closing down.
I'm also
right.
sort of keeping an eye on the front door to see if Acreus leaves through the front door.
Is one room I guess one room is 3 beds, one room's 2 beds. Like how's this work?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that's how it'll shake out.
So
I'm gonna
I
go-
sort of think that Acreus and Zelkos will bunk together. So I go to the 3-bed one, and I'm sitting there, and yeah, what's everyone else doing?
I yell downstairs, Zelkos, we got bunk beds!
What's a bunk bed? And I'll start heading up.
Puggles slowly starts making his way to the room because I assume the rooms are next to each other. We're not.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm just gonna follow them to the room, and just start getting settled. I'm a tired turtle.
I'm going to whatever room Theros is in.
Yeah, Canthos, yeah. I'm sitting on the bed when he comes in, and I'm like mumbling and like spinning my ring. Don't really notice him coming in.
All right.
Do I understand what's happening there?
Not at a glance.
Okay. He's just being weird.
He's just kind of mumbling.
And also, is our room adjacent to their room?
You're next doors.
And
You're right next to
how like thick do these walls seem when I give it a knock?
Oh, this is a Crufix. This is a Crufix inn. These are thick walls.
Okay. Like several feet of rock.
No, it's not.
I'm not
several
mumbling,
feet,
I guess.
but-
Sorry, I'm like lip thing. Like when you're trying to read something without saying like
Because I think once I get up to my room, I'm very curious about the rest of the party. Zelka's gonna cast Detect Thoughts and try to read the thoughts of his party on the other side of the wall.
You fail.
I feel for you, of course.
I can't believe this happens to come up in the first fucking session about failing for L.
Well, he is
Okay,
inscrutable, I
what's-
think, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I even detect
Yeah.
that you exist, or I just can't read you?
I think you can.
What kind of what school of magic is this?
Divination.
You have no idea he's even there.
Well, okay, cool. So I just assume he left the room, which is very interesting.
You were in 2 separate rooms, correct?
Oh shit! You're right.
Yes.
You're in 2 separate rooms, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, he
you
doesn't know
have
I'm there.
You have 0 idea that L is there, or that
Yeah, I just think
Balthus
it's
is there.
Poggles, and so I'll start.
Yes.
I'll start with Kenethos and just try to read the surface thoughts of Kenethos.
So you're gonna get like stuff about me thinking about tomorrow because I've already like sent off my message. I think at this point when you come up. So I'm like thinking about
It's
tomorrow.
a DC saving. What's the DC if you probe deeper?
I haven't done that yet.
And he'll know
Okay,
if
but
he
but
does.
baseline you just get base level thoughts, right?
Yeah, and then I can probe deeper to make them make a wisdom save. But I'm gonna at least start with surface on both people, and then I'll go digging.
Okay.
Yeah. So should I just give a brief of what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
at that-
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
I'm not gonna dig because they know if you dig. So I just like read the surface and go on.
Yeah, I'm mostly just thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking kind of like I'm a little worried about the nature of the party. It does seem you all seem a little green compared to me. I'm worried. I have like doubts about my ability to command because of things from my backstory. So I'm just sort of like, I'm gonna do my best, but I'm not sure. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Also, kind of thinking about that Dragon Chess game, like, I should have done this instead. How did I mess up that move?
And then, while I still have some time, I'll turn it to Poggles. Read his surface thoughts.
Or what of like what I felt today.
I can just read the surface thoughts of what's most on your mind in this moment.
Uggles is zonked out of his mind. He's just staring around the room. He was a little bit worried about tomorrow and just interacting with people. He's not really used to large crowds, but that's just the main thought that comes in and out of whatever's in front of him. He's just looking and enjoying everyone.
And then with the last few seconds, I'll turn to Acreus and read his surface thoughts.
I'll mentally giggle because I've seen this before and I know he's reading me, and I go, Zelkos, you know what's on my mind, and I start casting Disguise Self.
And then I'll end my thing and go, all right, where are we going?
I'm gonna start casting Disguise. Frank, I'm 4 feet tall, by the way, so I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself to turn me into a 5 foot tall. I'm looking like a rich person's kid, a rich person's son who's 5 feet tall. So I'm dressed nicely and like, you know, things like that.
Right.
You know, like I'm dressed nicely as a 5 foot tall kid.
And what's your plan with that outfit?
I'm gonna go walk around a nice neighborhood and see if I see anything nice.
All right, I'm coming, and I turn myself to look like a father figure to this child, wearing the same color and stylings as though the same tailor had crafted the attire.
And I say, just promise you won't hold my hand this time, okay?
Yeah, we don't need to do that. All right, we're on the clock. Let's go. How many more do you have? I could probably pull off like 4 more today.
3? Well,
Okay.
2 more. So I could do 2 more. So we got 3 hours total if we want.
All right, let's go.
Any what's the passive check for us to know they're leaving? I guess you
I
said
guess
thick
I guess
walls, so probably wouldn't.
we'll probably sneak out the door so our friends next door don't hear us.
Yeah, we can make stealth checks if you want, Frank.
Yeah, I'll say stealth checks. While the walls are thick, the doors are just simple wood, so...
I assume someone's passive perception's gonna catch an 11.
Yeah, I definitely hear Zelkos. In fact, I think I hear both of you. No, I just hear Zelkos.
Yeah, you just hear...
Should I roll perception or no?
Your
Nope, it's just a passive.
perception is what it would
Well,
be.
I'm the
he's
one.
in the room, right?
Oh, well, no,
Oh.
he's in our room.
Oh, he's in our room.
They're
Okay,
in the
yeah,
two,
yeah.
yeah. They're in the double.
You will hear Zelkos. Actually, I think all three of you will know that someone
Somebody,
is leaving
yeah.
that room. Yes,
My passive
because you can't
perception.
see them. You know
Sure.
that someone's leaving that room.
So if I have a 14 passive perception, I don't see that.
You hear
No,
Zelkos
you'll
because
hear
you rolled
Zelkos
11.
because he rolled an 11. So
Yeah,
you hear
okay.
Zelkos.
Yeah.
You're one
But
person
Because you
outside.
can't see them physically, you just know someone is leaving that room. Okay, so yeah, you guys hear them leaving, or you hear someone leaving that room.
I just don't care. I assume it's fine.
No, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
What about Poggles?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm tired.
It's very I'd say it's very clear that all of you, everyone in your room knows someone left the other room, and 2 of the 3 of you just kind of said, "Yeah, we're going to bed."
I just
I
assumed.
mean, I'm probably
like,
just
they
going to
needed
get like a drink or something.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly. but
weird.
They just went down.
I assume that's what any reasonable person would do, right? Or would assume.
The other room isn't reasonable.
All right, so the 3 of you go to sleep. For you 2, so you said you were going out, and you're going where exactly? Did you say?
I think back to my conversation with Karsten, and I say, do you think we should go to the ultra-rich part of the district, or just the kind of nice part of the district?
Well, depends. Are we trying to find people, or are we trying to find places? Because the counting houses by the docks sounds like good places. If you're wanting to use those tools of yours. But if we're looking for people, maybe the richest would be the best. Maybe find some taverns or.
How talkative are you feeling right now?
I don't want to get in too much trouble, but I can chat it up.
Yeah, let's go find people. I'll stick to the shadows.
Sure. And all my, I guess I would have left behind my backpack and all of my instruments except my pan flute.
which you have on you.
Yeah, I have my pan flute and I have my rapier and my armor. So I'm actually like well dressed with some armor.
Is it safe to assume that your pan flute is always on you?
Pretty much.
I figured. Okay. I guess there's never a downside for you having it on you.
Yeah, it's like disguised. It's disguised underneath my robes.
Yeah, I can have everything on me, right? Just hidden, like, because it's disguised self.
Yeah, but if someone like touches where your backpack would be, they would know that you're disguised. So that's like the benefit to like stripping some of your stuff.
I'm gonna keep everything just in case. But go ahead. Like, I'm gonna head to the nice part. I'm gonna head to the nice part of the district where we think we can meet people.
Okay, so you're stealthing all the way there?
I think
Taking back alleys and such?
I figure I'm walking confidently.
But Acris is stealthing.
Yes, I'm being sneaky.
Okay,
All right,
so,
if he's sneaking, I'll follow his lead and sneak.
Zelkos, we've done this before. You're going to talk to him, and then I'm going to, when you give me the signal, I'm going to come in and sticky fingers.
Sure.
Okay. So, I'm gonna need... If you're both being stealthy, I'm gonna need stealth rolls from both of you. And I'm going... I assume you're taking back alleys, or you're trying to stay off the main...
I am. I want Zelkos to look normal and go straight.
I see. Yeah. So I'm actually looking for people. So I'm taking on the role as an actor of some noble visiting from Akros who is here to see off some of the people starting the games in this city.
Got it. Okay, so... Acris,
Okay.
give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay. So, as you're going, the average passerby is paying no mind to you kind of going from alley to alley. In fact, that's pretty common around here. You're trying to keep tailing, or you're trying to keep tail with Zelkos as he moves forward with his confident step. As you're going though, you're pulled aside in the alley as someone like grabs the back of your shoulder.
Hello?
You turn around and you see an individual wearing a golden mask. This individual looks at you and just says, "Oh, looky here. We have someone who thinks they can stealth around Miletus. They think they're one of us over here. Where'd you come from, little guy? What are you up to?"
Do I
Is the
notice
golden
this?
mask? Yeah, do I recognize the golden mask as anything or no?
I'm gonna have you give me...
Is this history?
Yeah, this is gonna be...
It's Erebus, I would know. If not, I'll do history or religion. That's more what I'm at.
Okay. So... I'm gonna give you... Yes, I'm gonna give this to you because of your background. So, you recognize the golden mask that this guy's wearing as a mask that... It's a funeral mask, so it is what the dead are buried with, and it's what the dead wear when they go to the afterlife. But you can very clearly tell this guy is not dead. If you would like to do a history check to determine why he's wearing this mask, that's fine.
Well, I rolled a 9. What do I think?
You have no idea.
All
This guy he's just wearing this mask. He probably took it off some zombie or something.
right. He put his hand on my shoulder and said, like, "You think you can sneak through here?" Basically.
Yeah, he's like, he's like, bold of you to assume you could sneak in the back alleys of Miletus without us noticing you. Alex, give me a perception check. Your passive's not going to give this to you.
11.
You're not noticing this.
Hey, like he grabbed me, I smack his arm off and say, "You think you can touch me?"
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm shaking. I'm shaking in my boots. And he kind of like he stands tall and looks at you, and he's like, "What are you doing out here? You trying to mess with our group? You trying to mess with my turf?"
Earth, no, I'm looking for my friend. He's tall. I described exactly what Alex is wearing. He's like this, that. Like whatever, like a 5 foot, like whatever Alex did per trip.
Sure. He looks at you, and then he kind of holds up a hand, and then, give me a perception. Sure. You notice that there's like a little glint behind him. Another person wearing a similar mask kind of steps out from behind him, and he says to the guy, "Go find his friend." And he kind of drifts back behind the guy again, and he just says, we'll find your friend. Don't worry, we'll find your friend real fast."
I say good, and then I make a break for it towards like wherever like the clearest way back to the main road is.
Okay, so sure. I'm gonna have you roll acrobatics for this, actually, because you're running through an alleyway. There's gonna be random like boxes and such. All right. Let me do this. Oh, well, that's convenient. Okay, so you make a break for it, and this guy shouts, "Hey, wait!" as he tries to chase after you, but
So I assume I hear that.
yeah, you'll hear this. This guy, as soon as you start making a break for it, he dashes after you, and he trips over an upraised cobblestone, and he falls flat on his face.
I look back and chuckle, and then I keep sprinting out of the alleyway into the street to find Zelkos.
Roger, what trouble have you gotten into?
I say, "Let's cut the shit code red," and we're going back to the inn.
Oh yes, code red. Let's go. And I book it into some alleyway or towards the inn. Looking back, do we see anyone pursuing us?
You'll see a guy. Are you both looking back?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So, Alex, you see a guy with a gold mask kind of like peek out of the alleyway that Acreus just ran out of. Acreus, you notice this is not the same mask as the guy who fell.
The mask, okay.
And
It was actually the guy who he called out from behind him. So.
And they're just watching, not pursuing?
Yeah, they're not pursuing.
Alright. Then I guess we'll try to take like a little bit of a roundabout way, just to make sure no one knows where we're going, and then we'll transform back and then head back to the inn.
Sure.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking.
So what trouble did you get into? Were those golden masks?
Yes. There was a big, strong, scary man with a mask that is normally the outfit, Frank, you said, is worn by the dead when they're preparing for funeral. So
Yeah,
there was a mask worn by. Go ahead, and if you can describe it, Frank, because I don't exactly remember it. It was a mask worn by.
It's a golden funeral
funeral
mask. It's very common. When you die, you are adorned with a golden funeral mask. And you wear it to the afterlife. So this is something that's just known to people because it's very common practice. But as to why there were living people wearing them is another question, which you do not know.
I say that to Zelkos. I say it was very odd. It was almost like they were a gang of people living in the alleyways. They seemed pretty dangerous.
I assume you didn't have time to snatch anything?
Unfortunately, no. He was kind of scary, and he had his arm on me.
No, that's fair. Alright, well, let's get to bed. Got a big day tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. So you boys get back to the inn. Room A is asleep. Room B gets back. I assume you guys are just going to sleep, or you doing anything else before before we start the next day?
No,
Oh,
no.
no, gone to sleep.
Just
Yeah.
say some prayers to most of the gods, and ending with a prayer to Karametra to keep us safe in this new family, in this temporary home. Keep us safe and well fed, and then.
Well, what
go
gods
to-
are you leaving out? Hmm?
I think I'd go down the line. I think Zelkos is like pretty religious. So if he knows about all the gods, I don't know if everyone knows about the
You would, yeah. They're
the
pretty
the
well
other
known.
Krufix one. What's the Cal whatever her name is?
Oh,
Well,
Clothis?
Yeah, does everyone know about Clothis? Is that standard?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'd probably go down the line and say quick prayer to all of them, even Mogris, but like mostly like paying giving a bit of extra homage to the ones I know of most
sure,
and care about most.
Sure. Okay. All right. So with that, the next day comes. What's everyone's tendency to wake up? Like, how early do your characters do you think they wake up in the morning?
6 a.m.
Rising,
yeah.
Poggle
5
is a
a.m.
rise and grind kind of guy.
Did you say
As
you're
soon
a
as the
rise
sun
and
comes up.
grind kind of guy?
Yeah, I'm up.
All right. All right. So room A seems like they are early risers. What about your room? What about Zelkos and Agrius?
Extremely late sleeper. I do not wake up early, but someone could wake me up if they needed. But I'm zonked. I'm out right now.
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Like I'm a light sleeper. I'll get up if it's time, but otherwise I like when I've hit my like 6.5 to 7 hours. That's when I just will naturally get up.
Sure. So Voltos, Canathos, and Poggles will get up, and when you get up, you smell a pleasant aroma coming from downstairs. It's breakfast time.
Poggles is hungry. He as fast as he can, which isn't that fast. He heads downstairs.
What is Voltos rolling here? What is this?
Important.
What'd you say?
Important dice.
It's the dice he
Okay.
gets to use for the day, right?
It is a new day.
Sure. Okay, so Poggle's heading downstairs as fast as his turtle can carry him.
I like this breakfast idea. I'm coming down after him.
All right, coming down. What about
I'm also going to
Canathos?
breakfast.
Most important meal of the day.
Exactly. I actually no. I'm doing push-ups and stuff before. I'm doing like my calisthenic exercises while you guys go down.
You know, yeah, you're stretching again
Yep.
already. All right, perfect. All right, so Poggles and Voltos head on downstairs, and you both are greeted by the boisterous Karsten again, and he exclaims, early to bed, early to rise, just like we always were, Voltos."
Some things never change. Surprised to see you so early.
You have to wake up early. You got to make sure everything's in order for the guests.
What's breakfast for today?
He says, "Good question." He puts his head through the curtain and he says, you could hear him shout, "What's on the menu for breakfast?" And you hear grumbling back, and Karsten lets out another boisterous laugh, and he turns back and he says, "Bemis back there said it's going to be eggs as usual."
Eggs are always good. And I.
So why don't you boys find yourselves a table, and I'll bring them out to you.
Yep, doing that.
All right. So how about how long do you think it's going to be for you to do your morning calisthenics? Is
About
it
20
quick
minutes,
process, or
25
is this
minutes.
All right. Well, but by the time you're done and finished, you come downstairs and you already see a platter of eggs just laid out before you, as Voltos and Poggles have already had access to this platter. Poggles, do you enjoy eggs? Is this your or are you a strictly vegetarian?
Poggles likes eggs. He just doesn't eat meat. Eggs are cool.
Sure.
Not turtle eggs.
Well, they're not. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They're not turtle eggs. Don't you worry. So you're greeted by your two compatriots sitting at this table, platter of eggs right in front of them, and as you come down the stairs, Karsten shouts, "Ah, good morning to you there."
Goggles.
Oh,
No, he says that
Poggle,
to you.
Oh me. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Sorry. Is breakfast served already? Sorry.
Already at your table.
Oh, excellent. Is that eggs I smell?
It's always eggs.
One
So
thing
I'm
about the
told.
military, it means you never. Sorry. Think what was it? You'll always appreciate a good meal after serving in the military. Let me tell you.
Oh, you served?
I did. Acros, 30 years.
He like beats his chest. Miletus Navy, 20.
You guys are a wily bunch.
Well, you know how it is. It's tough work. That's why I left the service and just wanted to start up my inn.
More power to you, sir. More power to you. One day maybe I'll do what you did.
It's a quiet life, let me tell you. And he kind of he peeks in the back and he says, Bemis, we got ourselves a military man. More eggs.
Oh, thank you. You shouldn't have. When we sit down, like I'm gonna sit down with the plate. I'm just gonna start shoveling food. It's fine.
Poggles goes outside. He finishes up eating. He didn't have to eat much. He just wants to go check the weather. I want to see what kind of a day it is outside.
The big Druidcraft.
But what do I roll?
You don't.
It just
You don't.
happens.
Frank
I'm just
tells
gonna
you.
tell
Hell yeah.
It
yeah.
is a beautiful day.
Let's
Sun is
go.
shining, not a cloud in the sky. It's the perfect temperature, not even remotely humid. This is
Yeah.
going to be it. This is a big day. The gods made sure that this is the perfect weather for the perfect occasion.
Poggles is very happy and comforted by that fact. He just enjoys to be outside.
All right. So you're shoveling eggs.
I am.
Somewhere in between this, the chef Bemis is going to walk out, and he's just going to place a new platter of eggs down at the table.
I sort of gesture to him like a thank you and keep eating.
And he immediately just goes back into the kitchen. What's going on with Zelkos and Acreus? It's been a suitable amount of time. You got your beauty sleep. It's come around to about 7 hours.
Wake up. Just head downstairs. See the eggs. Sit down. Start eating. Are these like these have like some herbs and spices on them, or just like literally just plain old eggs?
Oh, it's herbs and spices.
All right.
They
I will
call them
enjoy the
Miletus
eggs.
style.
Go down.
They got a little bit of feta cheese on there. They got a little bit of lemon zest and some like oregano or basil equivalent.
I go down and I see this as well, and I say these eggs are nothing like the way you prepared them.
Yeah, these are good. I think I might pick up some spices on the way to the temple.
I raise my hand again like a kid in class for Karsten, and I ask for Karsten.
He like bellows out from the counter. What do you need?
Karsten, I need you. I have a question.
I can answer it from over here.
I walk over to the counter.
Okay. You could. Oh, all right.
Remember that totally random, unrelated question I asked you yesterday?
Yeah. Where the wealth is? Where all the wealth's at?
Yeah. And another totally unrelated question. Is there a group of thugs or bandits that roam the alleyways in this town?
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "You didn't go out at night, did you?"
Acreus did not go out at night.
All right. Well, you shouldn't go wandering out at night down the alleyways.
I did not mean to click that I was reading. But that's
Acreus didn't
impossible.
go out at night.
He is absolutely not lying. You can tell this Poggles.
Yeah. Poggles has walked inside, is just looking this guy up and down.
You shouldn't go out at night like that. Let me tell you, there's a bunch of gangs that roam around in certain parts of the city. He kind of like winks at you. Did you wink, see, wink, anyone wink?
I did wink. See some weird wink, funeral masked wink, people wink.
He's like, oh boy, that's not good right there. That's not good.
Why is that not good? And I'm getting kind of scared.
That's the shallow truths right there. Those are some of Phaenax's boys.
Are they dangerous?
I wouldn't say dangerous. They're a slippery bunch. You know, they're Phaenax. Phaenax is the god of trickery and mercantile and deception and the such. So they're just kind of following all the wrong ways of worshiping Phaenax. You know, deception and their own little form of mercantile means, mostly smuggling, mostly robbing, that sort of thing. They're widely harmless for us down here in the wharf and the harbor part of town, but uptown a bit, when you start getting into the money launderers and such, and money lenders rather, you start finding people who, and they clutch their gold sacks a little close, just in case.
Yeah, my friend ran into one of them last night.
Oh, well, you might want to tell your friend to not go up that side of town again. It gets a little dangerous at night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna tell my friend that.
Yeah, they're a tricky bunch. They're real good at hiding.
I thank Carson for the information and go back to the egg table. And then I tell Zelkos we almost fucking died last night, man.
I was fine.
I say, bro, get this, and I explain everything Karsten just told me about. Like,
Interesting. You know what? Help me, later on, let's, help me draw those masks out, just the shape of them. Maybe we, might have some ideas for later.
Yep, I love ideas, and then I look at Poggles as well, just thinking of the term ideas.
Poggles winks and says, hell yeah, under his breath.
Right, so I've kind of made my way through my mountain of food. Even I am sort of like, oh wow, like slowing down, getting done. Should we go look for Ugo then?
Sure. Yeah, where did he say we were gonna meet him? The Fossa Temple?
I believe he said he would find us.
Go to Valtos's boat. I want to see the monkey again.
The monkey's with us.
Is he in this fucking inn right now?
Oh yeah, he's my familiar. He's
Okay. I reach for him and I say, "What's his name?"
7.
7.
The one you met before was 5.
Oh no! You can see a tear running down Zelkos' face.
Poggles goes and immediately starts like looking at it and playing and greeting it. They're friends.
I tell the monkey to play along.
Where did you find this creature? I've never seen anything like this, and I have a penchant for animals.
Well, it's not a creature as such. It's magical, so.
Oh yeah? Prove it.
I just ignore him. Walk out the door.
I knew it wasn't
Do I
magical.
believe him that's magical?
I mean, I wasn't lying to you.
He's
But
sure
I can roll
he's not
persuasion.
bluffing.
So yeah, I guess I believe it. I don't know.
He's not bluffing. So
I don't think he was lying. Say to Acreus.
I mean, wouldn't you just insight check? So I play, or you would just insight check if you weren't sure. I think.
yeah, I mean, if you like to insight check it, by all means. But he's not lying to you.
I mean, if he rolls
There's
low
no like
enough.
bluff or anything.
Big
There's
5.
no way you know that's magic. There's no way you're like, yeah, there's no such thing.
Even on an 18?
You rolled a 5.
But
Oh, you know on an 18, yes. You're like, I believe.
Well, you know he's being honest.
I guess
right?
I'll change it to. What do you think? Do you think it's magic?
Yeah, he seems like a magic boy, so I'm gonna guess that this is magical.
Fair. He's kind of hard to read.
He's very hard to read, and then I try and mimik those weird ass hand motions he was
Oh wait,
doing earlier.
make that with disadvantage.
Anyone trying to read if you're lying or not, or if
Yeah.
you're, but
Trying
like
to
you're
read-
telling the
trying to inside
truth,
check,
right? Yeah.
Still a 5 and a 10.
Tommy can still get it. Like
You're being truthful.
it's not uncommon to know of familiars and such.
Yeah.
And like to believe that they're believe that it's magic.
Yeah. So, what's the plan for today, lads?
Let's go get
Are we-
let's go get a pot.
Are we just gonna sit here until Uwo finds us?
I did want
I
to do
heard
some
Theros'
shopping.
suggestion, and I'm heading back to my boat, which I didn't know I had, and had not.
Oh, it's your boat now, El. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. I put one in chat for size purposes.
It's a schooner.
So very much just like get from point A to point B, fill a couple things on
Yeah.
it.
I have a
One person
1200
can row
foot
it.
cargo
I
container.
put a boat on the map.
Oh my god.
Like it. Zelkos is because we're probably not. I assume we're not getting our quest first anymore. He's gonna go shopping for just some cheap, like good quality herbs and spices to refill. Especially thinking we're probably gonna have fish. He's gonna try to seek out some good stuff for seasoning fish.
All right, so you're going out to the bazaar, as
Yeah.
it were. All right.
Hey Chris,
Do
I'm
you-
going shopping. You wanna come?
Yes, and I got a big grin.
No, like I'm actually going to give people money for their goods and services.
Oh, well, then just yes.
All right. Poggles, Candathos, what are you guys doing?
I'm probably gonna head to the boat with Valtos if that's where we're gonna find Ugo.
Yeah, Poggles follows his veteran friend that he hasn't spoken too much, but shared a bedroom with. So,
So you're basically next of kin.
yeah, Poggles is like, I'm gonna follow him today.
I guess as they're parting ways, I'll turn to Valtos to say, Valtos, do you have fishing gear on your ship?
I do.
All right. Do you need any gear while I'm going shopping? I'm gonna get some spices for some fish.
Fresh water.
Fresh water. I can't carry much, but I can certainly try.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you have like create water or an equivalent spell?
Do druids get crate water?
Let me check. Would that be in spells or?
Druidcraft.
It might be a
Someone used
third level
I have
spell.
Druidcraft.
It's Druidcraft.
What does that do?
No, that doesn't
Uh,
make. There's create food and water, which I think is a second or third level cleric and druid spell. It is a third level cleric, paladin, circle the land, desert, artificer, and genie spell. So yeah, no one has that.
I could have sworn it was like a purify water or something. It's
Oh
like a
yeah,
cantrip or
that
something.
you can do. That is a I think it's a second level. Purify water. Oh no.
Would it be a spell?
Yeah, purify food and drink is cleric, druid, paladin, artificer. It's a first level ritual spell. So any day you could prepare
Oh,
that
you
and
always
cast
could
it.
just do this.
Yeah, you're also
Yeah.
can just do that, which is probably important if you're going to be on a boat for a long period
Yes.
of time.
So wait, where am I getting this ability to make water
From
drinkable?
being a
So
druid.
at the
You
start of the day as a druid, you can reset your spell list, or your leveled spell list. So you could just put this on your list by removing something else when you wake up.
Right.
The point is you have it, so you have the ability to do it, which is important. 'cause
Yeah,
if
I
you're out
don't need
on
it
the
right now
ocean-
because we're not there.
Yeah.
Also, we technically never need to get food because I have Goodberry every day, but I'm still gonna try to cook if we can because it tastes better.
This is just more so okay, do we need to like figure out a thing for water?
Yeah.
If you can't purify the salt water. So but yeah. Okay, so we'll do this in 2 sets. We'll do the boys going to the market first. That makes most sense here.
Right.
Alright, so you guys are going to the market. It's bustling. There's a lot of people here. In fact, you can see a bunch of people who are wearing almost like, it's not so much adventuring gear, but it's people who are wearing like military gear. They're carrying swords around, spears, that sort of thing. Pretty easy to guess that these are other teams that are going to be participating in the trials.
See the legendary man that table was talking about with the fire back or fire sword or whatever?
Give me a perception. You
17.
see a guy with a big sword.
Okay.
Like what looks like a big broadsword.
I tell Zelkos, I think that man is pretty legendary. I heard some people at the inn talking about him yesterday.
Well, his legend will be nothing compared to ours in a few days, probably months. Probably months.
Yeah, probably closer to a year.
No, yeah.
Did you see our group? We have this soldier who doesn't know how to do anything.
He doesn't
We
know
have this
any
weird
magic.
with high.
I didn't even realize like skilled fighters could not know magic.
It's a weird world out there, and I've only been on this world for a little over a year.
Wait, you're that young?
Yeah.
I thought you'd been out a little longer, huh?
I thought our trip took about a year, unless I'm missing something.
No,
Alex.
that's correct. But I don't know if we've ever talked about how recently you came out of.
That wasn't out of character. Sorry, that was in character.
Yeah.
I thought that was out of character.
Wait, who are you talking about? Who has no magic? Sorry, I missed.
You.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He seems pretty handy with the blade, but no magic in today's day and age. I just chuckle.
Yeah. Well, he said he'll be the vanguard, and that's I guess what we'll probably need. We've never really had to take anything on face to face, so
Yeah, I'm happy to be the man behind the man.
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find some good spices for fish. So if you spy anything, let me know. Don't get into too much trouble.
I won't, and then I put a big grin. But did
Smile.
Valdo say he has fishing equipment on his boat?
He did.
I'm gonna go find a bait and tackle shop. You go find your urban spices shop, and I'm gonna go to a bait and tackle shop.
Sure. I mean, we can walk together till we spot them.
Poggles wants to come with that because he wants to help get survival stuff. Like,
So I assume we see Poggles jogging up behind us.
yeah, Poggles says, "Hey guys, wait up 1 second."
Can I get a deception insight contested check between Zelkos and Aquarius, please?
Why?
Because you just lied to him.
I
You're not
did.
going to a bait and
I'm
tackle
under
shop.
the
No,
assumption
I
you weren't-
actually am. I'm not even.
Oh, okay.
I was
I
under the
wasn't
assumption
even
that
lying.
I was under the assumption at this point in time that this was like handily split up. You guys started going down to the harbor there over at the merchant area.
Elle thought I was gonna go rob someone, but I'm actually going to the bait and tackle shop.
Yes.
Is what happened.
Yeah, I had assumed that Poggles at this point like started walking one way and then realized he wanted to go shopping and like has been kind of jogging to catch up with us.
Right.
And sort of we're probably at the entrance to the bazaar looking around, having a conversation. Poggles catches up.
Sure. All right, so there's a bunch of stands laid out, spice stands, fish stands. Someone's selling produce. There's a bunch of them that are just kind of layered on top of each other and all that. Very busy. It seems like you could find pretty much anything here, but at a glance you can't really tell if there's like a bait and tackle shop or where there's like a fishing supply shop or anything like that.
I go up to the. Is there a place selling actual fish?
Yes, there's like a fishmonger here.
I'm gonna go to his stand.
Why? What do you need?
Hello, comrade. I am.
He like
looking to-
eyes you a little bit at that.
I'm looking to get into the fishing game, and I want some. I'm looking to get some bait, live or dead, or tackle to help me catch some fish in the water. What do people around here use?
It's like eyeing up and down. Are you disguised at all right now? Or?
No. Oh, I'm like. I'm
You,
just
you have your like normal attire, but like you're hiding your personage, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're like you're getting into the fishing game. Aren't you a little small for that?
I'm small, but my friend has a boat, and he's really rich and smart, and he wants to fish, so I want to try and fish with him.
Rich and smart, huh? Get into the fishing game, taken away from the rest of us, huh? All right. Well, if you're looking for you're looking for bait and tackle, come, my friend down the road, he's got what you're looking for.
Insight check.
Poggles taps you on. I'm gonna let you do that.
Oh, are you with me, Earls? I thought you were
Oh
going.
yeah,
to
no, I'm following you around.
Oh, you want to follow me? Okay, that's fine.
We have the same goal here.
Okay, I got a 12. Was he trying to trick me out, Frank, or was he or what do I know with the 12?
He's being truthful.
Okay. Where'd you say his stand was again, or his shop was?
He points down the way. He's like, right down over there.
And what's your name again?
I didn't give you my name.
What's your name again?
I'm Harmon.
Insight check. Is he actually Harmon? Or did
His
he just
name's
make up-
Harmon.
Ah, thanks, Harmon. I'll tell him you sent me.
Yep. His name's Hadrian.
Hadrian, thank you. And then I go find Hadrian's shop, and you can come back to Alice because I need to be right back for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I also go. I follow Tommy to the store.
All right. So, Alex, you're looking for like spice vendors?
Yeah, and I'm proficient in cook's utensils, herbalism kit, nature, and medicine. So I feel like I'd get a pretty good feel of just like looking
Yeah,
over
you
all
know
the
what
stuff
you're-
until I
you know
find
what
something
you're
good.
looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're walking down, you're being heralded. You're being like heralded down by a bunch of people. They're trying to flag you down. Like, come, check out my wares. Look, spices like these you won't find anywhere outside of Setsun. Nothing like that. So you see a bunch of people just trying to flag you down, and there's a couple people who are kind of like just sitting back, and they're letting the barkers do the work, and they're not really as boisterous and into the whole advertisement and flagging
So,
people down as other people.
I'm gonna sort of just like smile and nod at everyone as I just like check out the wares, smell them, feel them, like try to find like the good stuff.
All right, you find that. Yeah, I mean, if you're well versed in this, you find that good stuff.
And I'll say, oh,
It's a
this.
small little rundown shack, or not shack, but like little table with a bunch of like pots with spices out in front.
And so I'll sort of peer into and say, "Hello, is this for sale?"
Oh yes, yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone to pop by. Yes, welcome to Colette's Spice Emporium. I have all the best spices from down in Setsuna. She takes a second. She pulls a piece of paper out of her pocket. Blessed by Karamitra and grown by the finest acolytes, and she puts it away.
This is, you should practice that a bit. I think I've checked out about 4 or 5 of these shops. This is actually some of the best stuff, and definitely blessed by Karametra herself. I'd love to buy some.
She blushes a little bit. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm new here. I'm not really used to the hustle and bustle of Miletus yet.
I'll put out my hand to shake their hand. Be like, Zelkos.
She accepts your hand and is like, Colette, as I said, Colette's Spice Emporium, and she kind of like flourishes her hands out a bit and does like a little like thing.
I'll say, all right, how much for this, and a pinch of this?
She looks down and she tallies up everything. She's like, oh, I'll do for a couple silver on that, but I'll you clearly know your spices. I'll give you a bit of a discount on this. So how's about you take that right there for free, and we call it even with maybe three silver piece?
All right, 4 silver pieces it is.
Oh, I
insist.
insist.
All right, 3 it is. And I will add spices. Then I'll say, if you don't mind, you mind if I can I see that paper again?
She pulls it out and she kind of like says, "It's something I'm working on still." not really the salesperson.
Do you mind if I maybe stand outside your shop and talk to passerbys for a bit?
I mean, if you would like, I can't really.
I'm gonna take out my loot, and I'm gonna like read through that a few times, and then compose a song about how amazing these blessed spices of Karametra are, and try to like get people over to this stand.
All right.
Performance check.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that performance.
Sure.
Roll so low.
3.
No,
3.
performance I can roll low. It's the other two
Oh,
I
no,
can't roll
that's
low.
what I mean.
Hold on, let me see.
Performance is only a +7, so 16.
Yeah, I mean, you're making short period of time. You're not like taking all day working.
Nah,
on this.
hang
You
out for
come
like
up with a
20
pretty
minutes.
good- yeah, it's a pretty good jingle. It's like, yeah, you got a hang of it, and you start playing and trying to draw in a crowd, and you're doing pretty good. People are taking notice, especially because there's a satyr out in front performing, and everyone knows that satyrs are the life of the party. So if you're saying this, then you're doing this, then it must be real good.
And hopefully once she's a little too busy, I'll just sort of like bow, thank the people around, and say, Colette, have a wonderful day, and then I'll head out with a wave.
She like mouths to you, thank you.
Nod. Smile, knowing I've done some good. And then go try to
Alright.
spot my friends or head back to the boat.
All right, so your friends are, you can see them. You don't see them. We'll say you don't see them.
Sure, so I'll head to the boat.
You guys are up by. You follow where that guy was pointing. Haman was pointing, and you come across this like rickety stand. It's got a bunch of fishing rods, and it's got a bunch of like what looks like traps or shellfish traps of some kind out in front. And you've got this salty man just kind of standing there. He's like chewing on something, but you can't quite make out what it is.
I'm happy to let you go first, or I can go first. Like, this is an out of character. Like, if you want to go in RP for a bit, you can, or I can go.
No, we can go together. I'm here. We're
No,
both...
I mean, like, you want to take the conversation because I feel like I've been hogging a bit.
Oh no. I'm not good at the talking thing.
Okay. I go up.
Character thing, not like a me thing.
That's fine.
Like,
I go up and I say, "Hello." What was his name? Frank Hammond.
Hadrian.
Hello, Hadrian. Your friend Hammond sent me.
Oh, did he now? He's speaking in an identical voice to Hammond.
All right. I tell him I'm gonna cut to the chase here, boy. My friend has a very large boat, and we're going fishing soon. And I want to catch the biggest fish in the water. What do you have?
before he answers, I say, I know survival, I know fishing. You don't have to explain to him what's good. You can just tell me what you have, and we'll figure something out.
He looks at you. He's like, "Can you like turn around for a bit there?"
Yeah, I'm not too curious about if there's anything going on.
Sure. So like you give him a like turn or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's like, "All right." So instead of talking to you, Acris, he starts talking down the Poggles here. He's like, "All right, so you're looking to fish, so I don't have to explain much to you. The fish out here on the Miletus Sea, they're real interested in this sort of stuff right here." He opens up a wooden chest, and you see a bunch of a peculiar-looking worm. And he's like,
Poggles just immediately just steps forward and just looks at it. I don't know, insight or medicine or nature.
"Hey, give me like a nature."
All right, so I click this.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, you know these are worms. You know these are worms, and you know they're not like any worms you've ever seen before. And he's like, "Yep, the fish around here, they're real into these boys right here. We've been using these for ages, and as you can see, he like motions down. We do pretty well for ourselves in the fish department."
All right. Yeah. Okay. I just accept it. I'm like, how much Do you have any
hold
any
on
other
now.
any other
You're interested
equipment
in
too?
you're interested in a big fish, small fish, all fish. What are we looking at here?
Fish
'Cause-
to feed a crew.
Oh, fish to feed a crew. He motions down to some traps. He's like, "Well, you're gonna want some of these prawn traps here, and some wide cast nets then, because you're gonna want a wide variety of bait in order to catch whatever you need."
Can I do a survival check to see if I'm like how familiar with this stuff I am? Does that make sense, or is it like
Uh,
common?
That's probably an int check to see if he's like if you
No,
understand.
this is like so. Survival's like hunting game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't really game per se, but like I'll
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if you yeah I'll give you a survival on this because it's something similar. You're actively going out and trying to catch something in the wilderness or out in the open ocean, as it were. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, you look at this and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. So
The
I'm
the
chill
nets
with
and
it.
such would make sense.
Great.
So what'll it be, boys?
I look at my friend who I'm sure isn't short on cash, but it's whether or not he has his wallet.
Anything I don't want, and I don't want that.
Yeah, and I just ask, just give me the bare minimum. We'll make it work.
All right then. Well, here's
Like
what we're
just
gonna
a trap,
do. I'm
a
gonna
trap and a rod.
trap in a rod.
We-
All right. Well, the trap here that's gonna come to about 20 silver right there.
Do I even have that much?
You want these? You want these worms? You want any worms?
How much do I have?
10 silver's a gold, girls.
Also, you probably
20 silver
heard
to gold.
Valto say that he had fishing gear.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Voltos did say he had fishing.
I guess we don't know how many sets he has.
Oh yeah, we just take these just in case. I'm not too worried that the Valdo ship doesn't have it, or it has it. It won't. It's not a bad purchase. Is how I'm reasoning it.
No, whatever you want, man. Like I'm not.
Oh
It's
hell
you.
yeah, I buy the bare minimum for sure.
All right. So you want these worms?
Worms.
You
and I
good on bait?
put my fist on the counter, and I'm like, I want the biggest. What is the biggest thing you caught in near Milentus?
Biggest thing I caught?
Yes.
Well, he kind of like gets real close to you. Well, I caught myself a sea turtle once. I don't want to say that aloud to your friend.
No, it's okay. He's not actually a turtle. He's actually. Look at him. Does he look like a turtle to you?
I don't want to go messing with their. Like he points up. I don't want to go messing with their creations now.
What? You caught a fucking turtle?
It's more of an accident, but it was the biggest thing I've caught.
What did you use to catch that?
Net.
Poggles is just staring at him, like slightly confused, slightly concerned, but like understanding that turtles are prey or like are caught.
Give me the price tag on the worms.
Well, each worm's. Tell you what, boys. He closes the box, like the wooden crate with the worms in it. He's like, tell you what. I will give you this crate full of worms. 30 copper.
Yeah, I just
If you purchase that trap and the net.
yeah, sure, yeah.
I clap and hug Poggles. I'm like, thank you, Poggles. You're a hero.
Yeah, Poggles is confused, but just takes the money, takes the stuff, and we
He spits in his hand and he reaches out to shake your hand.
I just put out my small little hand and let him take it.
All right, he shakes your hand, one good pump, and then he's like, all right. Takes the stuff out, puts it down, and he extends his hand. That'll be 30 silver, 30 copper.
I hand it over.
Yep. He takes it, he puts it away, and he's like, "All right, you boys have a good one."
Friend.
And we leave.
Leave, and I'm probably attracted to the sound of Alex, unless that's over. The
That's
sound
probably
of,
happening about now, right?
singing and dancing.
Pablo just starts heading back to the boat, holding as much as he can.
So while this was happening, Alex. So presumably, yeah, you said you were like doing this for 20 minutes or so, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, like presumably you'd be able to catch up to him by the end of him doing his performance.
Yep.
So it just shouldn't have taken you that long to get down to Hadrian and then do this transaction.
And I
So
brought
yeah,
over.
I mean, if you're heading back the way you came, you'll definitely catch up with, or you'll definitely be seeing Zelkos.
And I run over when I see him and I say, "We got some traps and some bait."
Sort of nod mid-song, and then finish up.
I think he might be okay, but that's what will happen.
No, I'll nod as I forgot I've turned on push talk. I'll nod as I sort of finish my song and then go join you shortly after.
All right. So back at the ship, back at the ranch, Canathos and Voltos, you walking over to the ship. As the ship comes into view, you see a man wearing a similar black robe, with with the sun reflecting off his bald head, standing near the ship, kind of looking around, very almost scared, almost expectingly. He's just kind of very nervous looking.
Canathos, that looks like our guy.
Yeah, I see that he looks nervous. I say, Ugo, my friend. Hello.
He sees you and he starts waving you down. Yes, I'm over here.
Yes, we're coming, Ugo. Hello.
Yeah, yes. Where's the rest of your group?
Shopping, I believe.
He kind of like nods. Yes, right. We have to get over to the ceremony soon, upon which you'll receive your first. Well, you'll receive the urn, the jar, as it were.
What is in this urn, Ugo?
Well, he kind of he looks around. He's like, something very valuable.
I'm glad you told us this before Acreus got here.
It's something very valuable that must make it to the Temple of Heliod in Akros in one piece, without damage.
All right. Would you like do you have time, or are you in a rush somewhere else now?
No. I'm supposed to bring you to the ceremony, so I will wait here until the rest of your group arrives. But stressing the fact that we're running out of time. The ceremony should be starting soon.
Well, tell me about your life here in Melitus, Ugo, while we wait.
I live at the temple.
I sort of look at him expectantly.
I'm
just picturing him staring back at me.
I work and live at the temple, and I'm a bookkeeper, I guess. That's what I do. I make sure the temple's money comes in and goes out properly, and we collect proper donations. And I'm a bureaucrat. That's what I do.
Attention to detail, huh?
Somebody needs to.
No, I appreciate that.
It's a dirty job. Nobody wants without glory, but somebody has to do it.
All right, you are.
At this time, I guess the boys will be heading on over.
Yep.
I come running over the boat. I'm like, Valtos, where are you?
7, get him.
Well, I'm holding like the crate of fish
No,
goodies.
Seven's
Well,
still
that
getting you in the
that
face.
that monkey's flying down and descends upon your face and starts like picking at, like, just starts grabbing a hold of your head, your head,
I grab it and
your
throw it
hood. Say again.
I grab it and throw it to the ground.
Well, he's doing it in a playful fashion. He's not like,
Oh, like playful? Oh,
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
you know, if it's not playful, to throw it. If it's playful,
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's a,
playful.
it's a playful fashion.
Oh,
He's coming
oh,
over.
it's fucking-
He's like, yeah.
I figure if you're distracted, you're not going to do something,
That's. I thought you were like assaulting me. If you're
No,
just
no,
like
no.
keeping me fine. I'm like, hello, Seven. And then I go find Valtos with this crate or some goodies of fishing supplies to go show him what we have.
I take the stuff from him and put it on the boat.
I go, I'm gonna catch a bigger fish than you've ever caught before, Valtos. You'll see.
Yes, yes.
Oh, is that the jar?
No, you don't have the jar yet.
Oh, I thought we had
You're
the
getting
jar.
at the opening ceremony.
Yeah, Pago's just as curious. Goes to the boat owner and asks, I hope I didn't buy anything else that we didn't have."
So Poggles is going to show you the various bait that he got and such.
Yeah, I'm just like, where do I put this?
I take it from him, but I'm less than impressed.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you did a good job, Boggles.
No, Poggles is just like, whatever.
Valtos, I also got some wonderful spices for us to cook some fish later.
I do love spiced fish.
I'll snap my fingers and say, you guys probably didn't know this, but Zelkos is a pretty legendary cook.
He's not wrong.
I look forward to it.
Ugo, when is this?
Yes.
When is this tournament happening? I'm getting kind of bored over here.
Well, the opening ceremonies are, he looks down at his wrist sundial. He's like, the opening ceremonies are in 5 minutes.
How far
Lead
are
on,
they?
good man.
Like, let's fucking go.
Yes, well, right this way. And he starts hoofing it, as it were. He starts going, trying to weave through the crowd, and he says, "It's up here. It's by the promenade. Can't miss it if you want to run ahead. I'm sure everyone will be there."
No, we'll stick with you, unless you think we're gonna be late.
Maybe.
All right, I'm going ahead. I'm saying fuck this and going ahead. I say, squad, I'll meet you there.
I will keep close eye on him, but like, just try to keep an eye on both groups, as I'm pretty fast.
Why is Acreus running ahead?
So we're not
We
late.
might be late.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to stay with Ugo. I feel like the man needs all the support he can get.
So, after about 5 minutes, those of you that are running up ahead, you'll get there in time.
Yes.
Those of you that are staying with Ugo, you're going to come in about a couple minutes short. But as you're walking in, you hear horns blaring. And a lot of fanfare going on.
All right.
And you can see, as you start walking in, you can see that there's a stage set up. And there are people on the stage who are beginning to walk on. I'll take a history check from all of you.
Not a problem.
I just dunked that. Look at that shit.
Yep, that's the classic.
+7, getting 11.
Yep, the classic.
All right.
Goggles are high boy.
So Poggles
I got a
and
14.
Zelkos will absolutely know this. Poggles, you're gonna know basically everyone that's up on stage. Zelkos, you're gonna recognize. I'll get to the ones that you're gonna recognize, but Poggles, you notice that every single person that's coming on stage, there are 10 people. Each of them is an oracle devoted to one of each of the gods. Zelkos, you can only make out that the ones that are devoted to Karamitra, Heliod, Nylea, and Farika.
But I can sort of intuit what's going on with the total number.
From that, you can work around and say like, oh, these are probably oracles. Canathos, you recognize that there is the oracle devoted to Krufix, and you recognize that as well, Voltos. Besides that, that's all you guys know about what's going up on stage right now. So as you come in, Ugo's like, it's starting. The oracle that Poggles knows to be devoted to Heliod's steps up and says in a booming voice, "Welcome, champions and devotees, to the Nixian Trials, where all of you will participate on the gods' behalf for their favor and for their glory. Hold on one second. I'm getting called. Fuck. Why now?
Ganked by phone.
How tall do we think Poggles is?
How tall are turtles usually? They're pretty tall, right?
On the turtle page, it should give an age, size, weight, and everything range that you should be in.
5 to 6 feet tall. I'm fucking huge.
Sorry.
Of course.
Okay, so the Oracle of Heliod proceeds to go, so let me ask all of you, when does your journey truly begin? Is it the moment that you step outside the safety of your home, or when you realize that the fight must continue? Is it when you comprehend how truly small you are compared to the vastness of the world around you? Or is it when you learn that the journey isn't one that is a lonely road? Some lesser hearts might lay down their arms and succumb to these trials, but a true champion risks everything for their devotion to the gods. And it is now that we shall test that devotion. Teams will now compete for their favor and for their glory. With each step taken, you will grow closer and closer to reaching the top pedestal, as he points behind him. Only one team can stand atop that pillar, and only one team can truly be deemed the champions of the gods. So sharpen your swords and raise your sails, for the trials now begin. And remember, the gods are always watching. And as he says that, horns start blaring again. Tommy, I'm going to ask you to give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you got this. You see that guy with the broadsword that you saw before. But then also across the way, you see the actual person. You see a guy with what looks like these almost banners on his back. They're symbols that are kind of protruding off his shoulders that are on fire. And he has a really weird, almost ridged sword that kind of looks like this.
Are you putting in Theros or putting
I'm going to put it in Discord, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a Kopesh?
I just have to get it.
Because you can do handouts in Roll20 later.
Yeah, this is fine for like player versus player or whatnot. He has a sword that looks like this.
Oh. Flamberge. Flamberge, I don't know.
I think it's Flamberge, yeah. And he's wearing a very strange, ornate mask, as well as other armor that you don't really... You can't really tell where it's from or what the origin of this is. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll take note of him and like I'll think that he fits the appearance of those people from the table and just kind of keep my eye on him.
Sure. So with that, the oracles start going down the line and they start announcing various teams' trials. And then they get to you and they point at Ugo and they say, this team, their trials will be as follows. And they unfold, or Ugo runs up to the front of the stage and hands them rolled up parchment. They unfold the parchment, or unroll the parchment, and they say, their trials will be to discipline rogue tritons that have laid claim to an island off the coast of Miletus. By Thassa's decree, they must be brought into justice. Their second trial is to take this urn, or this pot, as the oracle then motions as a very large, ornate pot is brought up on stage. This pot's like 4 feet tall. This pot, carrying the blessed light of Heliod himself to the temple of Heliod in Akros. And their third task will be to bring justice, to mete out justice with those in Deathbellow Canyon who have been harassing the ongoing caravans between Akros and Scophos. After saying that, the crowd erupts in applause, and the oracle then motions to Ugo and motions to the pot as he proceeds to try and go grab the pot and bring it over to you.
All right.
Some more pomp and circumstance goes on. Then they point over to the guy with the big flamberge and his team. They say, this team, their tasks will be as follows. There is currently a Hydra in the Temple of Nylea that will not leave. Their task is to deal with the problem and bring order to the temple. Their second task is to travel to Asphodel, and with them bring 3 masks as they hold up funeral masks, and deliver these to the temple of Athreos. Their last task will be to travel to Nykthos and receive a vision from Krufix. And then they end with that.
Ooh.
Following all this, the oracle exclaims again, these tasks may be completed in any order of your choosing, though those who complete them and garner the most favor amongst the gods will be the ones to stand atop the pillar. So remember, devotion is key, and success and greatness will come later. And then after that, just shouts, let the games begin. And that's that.
Sounds good.
Hearing success and greatness at that point, Zelkos sort of elbowed Acreus.
Yeah, that didn't sound like money, but
Tori, once we're famous, who's not going to want to sell you things or give you money?
true. Frank, are we surrounding an arena right now? Like a very crowd, but they're all
Yes.
crowded?
You said it's like a promenade or something?
Yes, basically.
Did Puggles notice if there's any Farika oracles here?
Oh, you know all the oracles up on stage. You can associate them with every god.
Okay, there is someone from every god here,
Yep.
right?
Right before I leave, I'm assuming we're leaving and turning away.
Yes,
and leaving.
Ugo's coming back off stage with this very heavy-looking urn or pot.
So it's like 4 feet tall.
Kenneth
All
is
very large.
help him with that.
before everything crazy happens, when he says "Let the games begin" and there's cheering, I'm gonna attempt to pickpocket the guy in front of me, and then leave. You know, when like all the commotion and screaming and cheering, like because he said "Let the games begin."
Yeah.
I have the pot, right? Just to reflect. I took
You
it
will
from Ugo.
soon have the pot if you don't.
Okay,
Yeah,
I took it from
you,
Ugo.
you,
Yeah.
go- you can go up and help Ugo with the pot.
Yes.
Give me sleight of hand. Yeah, that's.
Whoosh.
Oh my God.
Humongous.
So,
Hold on, what's the other side of sleight of hand?
what do you mean? The
True.
other
They have a perception or something. I don't know.
He did roll a natural one too. I guess it's
He
a
did
skill
roll.
check, so natural ones don't
fuck.
matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
he,
me,
he might have a negative insight or negative perception.
Fucking loud and everyone's moving
It's a
around.
20
I
over
don't
one
know.
in a row, by the way.
You actually managed to do that. You actually managed to do that. So like you lift from the guy's pockets in front of you a little coin purse, and in the coin purse is a couple silver. It's a couple silver. Like we're talking like 8 pieces.
Okay. I look at Zelkos and chuckle a bit, and then go back and leave.
I mean, with my passive perception, I would have seen it, so I just kind of shake my head and chuckle.
So with that, you have the urn, and you have your tasks, and everyone starts stampeding to the docks, to the Miletus harbor.
I'm gonna try to like stand in
Yes.
such a way to keep people from potentially knocking into us and our urn. Sort of box people out.
Sure.
I'm just carrying it. I'm like a pretty solid dude because I was like in the army and stuff, so I got like my arms around it. I'm standing pretty.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm focused on just getting that to the boat, and I'm listening to my fearless leader, my strong leader.
All right, lads, let's get this off to Thalatos' boat.
Right. So you make it back to the boat with pretty much no issue.
Oh, also you said it was the Oracle of Heliod who was speaking,
Yes.
and they were speaking for about like 2 minutes or so.
Well, they gave the introduction, and then each oracle kind of came up and introduced what each team would be doing.
I see. Okay.
And the only
know
teams
which-
that go ahead.
Do we know which oracle gave us ours?
It was the Heliod one because
Which
it
oracle
was the
gave
urn.
the flaming sword dude theirs?
That one was the Crufix one.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no. I'm sorry. That one's not the Crufix one. I gave them the masks. That one's Athreos. My bad.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go make room in my cabin for this urn.
Did they speak for at least a minute or so?
Yeah.
All
Between
right.
pomp and circumstance, each oracle spoke for about a minute.
I'm gonna take some mental notes on their various accents and tics, should I ever need to act as one of them.
Sure. Makes sense. Sounds good. So you boys make it back to the boat, pretty much no issue between guarding the pot and making sure nobody really jostles it or gets closer to it or anything like that. You make it back to the boat, pretty much unscathed. And Ugo's with you, and he says, "Well, I guess this is goodbye then. Good luck on your travels, all that. Hopefully, next time I see you, you will be standing atop the pillar."
I'll always remember you, Ugu, and I go give him a big hug.
I'm not dying.
I'll always remember you.
You'll probably see me again.
We'll miss you.
I can't say the same. We just met, but yes.
Icarus,
Tell him you'll miss it.
Icarus, you will usually see most people you meet again. I know it hasn't happened a lot, but
Okay,
like
so
all
you
our
see
friends
me.
in the troop, we're gonna see them again. Don't worry. It's been hard to explain to him how goodbyes work.
Kind of like looks you over and is like, all right.
All right, well,
well-
thank you, Ugo.
Best of luck on your journey, and take care. Goodbye. As he just turns around and walks away.
He's not even waving. He's just leaving.
He kind of like does the like a little wave when he turns, and he's like, just kind of keeps his hand up, kind of like yes, goodbye.
Yep.
Like waving you off. Might as well have like a handkerchief in hand as he's like kind of like yes, there you go, go away.
As soon as he gets out of like vision, I'm gonna start grabbing some random rope and be like, all right, how do we handle this bad boy? And start trying to operate the boat, like moving ropes, moving ropes and like pulling shit up, like.
Zelkos, stop him.
I would just tell him what to do. It'll help.
Do nothing.
Yes, sir, and I salute him.
Right, I'm gonna sort of take the urn and try to secure it. Well, where should we keep this, Valtos? Where's
In the cabin.
the cabin? All right.
And
Inspect the urn.
keep
Yes.
keep a if you can find us an area with like 10-foot or so diameter. At night, at least, I can keep the urn quite safe.
So you wanted to inspect the urn?
Yes, I would like to inspect the urn.
It's a big urn.
Can't be that hard to inspect.
I mean, you
That's fine.
inspect it. And I'll tell you everything you want to know about it.
All right, let's go. I'm inspecting the urn.
Okay. It is a large 4-foot urn with ornate paintings, markings on it, which you can very clearly make out as being devoted to Heliod. These type of markings are all over the place. You know, Heliod's there's like no history involved here. You know, he is the head of the pantheon, so his practice worship to him is very widespread across Theros, considering how worshipping him brings the sun up every single night, or every single day rather. So everything on here makes this out to look exactly like an urn to Heliod. So like, there's really no surprise here. This seems very much what it is on the tin.
All right.
Can I do a history check on it?
Yeah, I mean, you can. It's pretty much the only thing that you'd be able to get from this would be what individual markings and such mean on it. So yeah, if you would like to do that, that's fine.
No, if it doesn't look anything like suspicious,
There's
like
really
artifact.
nothing. There's
Oh,
really
okay.
nothing else to it.
Right. Right.
The only thing about it is it doesn't feel like anything's inside of it, but as the Oracle said, it's an urn carrying the light from Heliod, or the light of Heliod.
Yep.
So take that as you will. There is presumably that in the urn.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
All
Yep.
right, team, we ready to head off?
Zelko says, everyone just gather around for a moment. This is something Acrius and I have taken to doing, but I don't think there's any danger today, but it's a good habit. And I will play a few notes on my pan flute and then reveal my hand to reveal 10 berries. And I'll say, here, I'll put 5 of them away. And I'll say, I have mine here, like indicating in my pouch. I'll say, everyone take one of these and show everyone else where you have it. In danger, this could wake someone up should they need it. So if we know where your berry is, we could get you up in a sticky situation.
You
I'll
forgot
take
7.
mine, and I need another one, Zelkos.
Yeah, you forgot 7. Where's 7?
Sure, and then I'll hand you 2. So I have 4. El's got 2,
Right.
and everyone else has 1. So make
I
note that
one,
you have that.
7 is one. 7, you're on the watch.
Perfect.
It flies to the top of the sail.
I sort of indicate where mine is going to be in my pack and put it in there, right next to my 5 javelins.
Mine's just in my right pocket.
I run up to Zelko or Valtos and I salute him, saying, "Navigator Acrius, ready for duty."
Go climb the mast with 7.
Climbing the mast, sir, and I go climb the mast to 7.
I'm gonna just sit down in the middle of the deck with my back to the mast, bust up my lute, and start playing a tune, singing about each of us and our names, and just like made up legends and battles that we've all done.
Can Theros help me unmoor the ship?
And I have some experience with. Like I don't have proficiency, but I have some
Well,
experience.
you're just undoing rope. You should
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was.
Like
I
manual
thought I
labor, I
had
can do it.
something that could predict the weather, but I can't find it.
You
On
do.
my...
It is the
It's
cantrip
Druidcraft.
called
You just do. It's
Druidcraft.
Druidcraft.
Oh, I predict. I look at the captain said, "Here's what I know," and I predict the weather.
24 hours of weather, please.
Tomorrow's going to be a bit stormy
Oh shit.
in the early morning.
It's good information.
No problem. All right. Well, we should be inland by then because we're heading up the river, so should not be as bad as being at sea.
I mean, coastal is better than at sea, even. Yeah, I'm gonna start taking the ship up this river, and then
All right.
what's the scale on this map? Where's the scale on this map?
You
I mean, there's
should.
one in the
Here we
bottom
go.
right, but the rules of Theros say there is no scale. Everything could just
Yep.
change magically.
Okay.
You shouldn't. The gods can just like move an island if they want.
Last time I
Uh,
was here, this river went this way, but we'll
It-
find out if that's changed.
It's probably safe to assume all of the major cities and such with major like river layouts will not change. Otherwise, cities might just go away overnight, and they don't want that because then people won't worship them. So it's safe to assume that if you've traveled these rivers before, they will likely remain this unchanged, unless they are a more minor river. So,
Right.
safe to assume any river listed on this map will go unchanged.
Yeah, I think it's
So
that.
you unmoor the boat and you're headed out.
We're headed out.
Okay. As you're leaving, Acris, you were in the crow's nest, right?
I am. Me and Seven.
Give me a perception right now.
Does he get advantage because Seven's helping?
Seven and I.
He gets advantage, sure. You
my
don't
God.
need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You look towards the dock and you see Ugo running towards the dock, waving his hands.
Okay. I say stop the fucking boat.
And you can see something in his hand that he's waving.
Udo got money for us. Stop the boat.
7, go get the thing that Ugo has.
Oh, cool. You did exactly what I thought you would do. Okay, so 7 flies out. Ugo looks a little, like, scared at first as this flying monkey descends upon him, snatches what's in his hand, and then flies back to your ship. So he
Instruct
flies it over
7.
to you,
No,
Valkos.
7's going to give it to Canthrios, because I'm
Canthrios.
doing the thing. on the
Sure.
ship.
Okay, so he flies it over to Canthrios. Or Canathos.
Wait, is it Kenneth?
Canathos.
El, stop.
Yes. El, God.
El, read the names.
Canthrios.
My name's not even
Flies it over
hard.
to Canathos.
Yep. I sort of give the monkey a little scratch behind the ear and take this thing.
It's like this weird wooden cube with markings on it. It almost looks like you can like. It almost looks like a weird puzzle box.
Okay.
There is one marking you recognize on it, which denotes it to Crufix.
Okay. Do I do can I do like a history or arcana or anything on it to see what it might be?
Yeah, you can do an Arcana.
Arcana, got it. Alright.
All right, so it's magic for
Sure.
starters. You can determine. Well, I'm just gonna give it to you like this. You can determine that it's magic, and that if you twist a couple of pieces around, you will be able to cast Sending to a mirrored box of the sort.
Okay. Do I make the leap in logic that this is like a what's his name has the other one, Ugo?
That's on you. If
Okay.
you want to activate it to do so, you can, or to check and see who has the other end, you can. But
Oh
you
yeah, I
can
think I
determine
will.
that there is no finite number of uses to this.
And do I don't think it's trapped or anything, right? Like it's the same.
Presumably you wouldn't think so, since Ugo's handing it to you. But
Okay. Cool.
that's up to you to determine that.
Yeah, so I sort of see how the puzzle works. I decide to perform the puzzle to, because I make the assumption that's going to communicate. I share with the party what I know. I think this is a way for Ugo to contact us, or for us to contact the organizer should we need to. I think I'll give it a go right now to see how it works.
Sure. So you spin the necessary knobs and corners and such, and it opens up a bit.
Mhm.
And there's like this little tiny gem inside of it. It's like a greenish gem.
Right.
And when that happens, suddenly you hear come out of it, "Forgot to give this to you. Easy way to communicate."
No sign off. He doesn't say like sincerely Ugo or anything. I'm
No, he
assuming
doesn't
it's
say
going to
that.
be him because he gave it. So okay.
He doesn't say
Okay.
anything like that.
Sure thing. Send back, received. Thank you. We'll get in touch.
All right.
I am, as we know, no stranger to the sending spell.
Yes. And with that, the box kind of just closes itself up.
Sure.
And I guess it's worth noting that before you opened it up, it was kind of like glowing a greenish hue.
Okay.
And now after you closed it up again, it was no longer glowing a greenish hue.
All right. If no one has any problems, I'll hang on to this and pass on anything we have to say to our good friend Ugo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sure. Thank you, Poggles. So I'm gonna put that in.
And where do you-
I'll put that also on my phone.
Where
Yeah.
are you keeping it in case we need an emergency?
It'll be right next to the good berry in my pack,
Sure.
next to the javelin.
Right next to the javelins.
Yeah, if you're looking for something important, look for the javelin.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna make our way back onto the
So
river.
you're going to make your way back up the river and towards
Acros.
the Siren Sea. So towards this area. So if you wish to go
Whoa,
up
wait.
to Akros, go ahead.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Yes, like you're going to come out over here.
As soon as we get out of the river, I'm gonna yell down to Valtos, when can I start fishing?
When we get to the sea.
This looks like a sea. We just came out of a river.
Oh wait, are we there yet, though, Frank?
It's going to be by like end of day. You'll be able to get there with like, because the weather's so good. You should, and presumably you've sailed this before. You'll be able to get there by end of day, basically sundown. You'll be
Make
able,
it to Acros?
you'll be able to get. No. To
Okay,
to
sure,
the
sure,
open
sure.
ocean, the open sea.
Can we make Data Harbor before we? Actually, I guess we don't really even have
Probably
to stop.
you will probably have to spend a night at sea. Presumably.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll give it to you. I said there were good. I said it was good weather today. So yeah, I'll give it to you. You can
Let me
get
set
there
up-
probably by like 7-ish.
All right, I'm gonna try to put in a Data Harbor.
We're planning
Can I get a
on.
pronunciation actually on that, by the way? Just
Data Harbor.
Data Harbor. Okay, that's fine. I got it right.
I'm
Are
just gonna
we
go
planning
with
on spending the night on the boat, or do we want to seek lodging?
On the boat. We have this.
I think
there.
that's best. Yes, I think that's best as well. All right,
So-
who's taking first watch?
Poggles.
Sort of look at Poggles for a moment, and
I
you-
say I'll stay up with Poggles because I'll be fishing all through his watch.
so Acrius, with your unique heritage, do you need to sleep? I thought I heard someone leave your room last night, so I was just wondering maybe you are nocturnal or enjoy the night.
You didn't hear me, but I am quite a night owl. But I do need to sleep, but I don't sleep a lot, and I wink at him.
I see. Okay.
Oh, and I say
All
that
right,
wasn't
right.
you heard leaving the room last night.
What'd you say about that?
That wasn't me you heard leaving the room last night.
You said that was me?
Not. That wasn't.
Okay.
not.
Oh. All right. Well, I sort of look at Zelkos and then look back to you. So you and Poggles will take first watch?
Poggles will take first watch. I will take second watch, but I will stay up with Poggles and fish for his watch. And probably fish during my watch as well, to be honest with you.
Why don't you fish and we let Poggles wake me for second watch?
Well,
well,
notionally, you got to do a bunch of fishing between the river and the harbor, but
I mean, the man might just want more fishing.
I want to fish out the night for a while. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Also, Zelkos, can you tell me more about this magic you have to help protect the urn?
Sure. So once I've only been able to pull this off once per day, it seems. If I play a song for about 10 minutes or so with this flute, Karametra will create a almost dome, a safe haven, a hearth for us, where only those who began in it, who I willingly had begin in it, can enter and leave. So if we all are in the dome when I finish my song, then we can all come and go as we please. As soon as I leave the dome, its magic is gone, and it lasts for about 8 hours or so. So I can give us a safe place to store belongings or keep ourselves where nothing can really come in or out. And it's quite comfortable too, but I won't really be able to take a turn at watch.
No, that's excellent. I think that will protect our belongings and many of us and the urn quite well. I still think, for the purpose of the boat, one or two of us should begin the night outside the hut and rough it in order to keep a watch and make sure nothing approaches the boat. But
You
that
can
might
see.
just be the soldier in me.
You can see out, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we can't. Oh, okay,
Well,
sure.
so-
Alright, sure.
Captain, would you like me to cast this on the dock or on the deck or down below? I
It's
figure
not
out the
that
urn
big.
inside it.
It's gonna be like both-ish. It's gonna be like the cabin and some of the deck.
Sure. Oh, it's even better then. Yeah, because then
Yep.
whoever is supposed to keep
It's a
watch
10-foot
can sort of
radius,
like.
right?
It's a 10-foot radius. That's correct.
Yeah, and this is a 60-foot at most boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So those
Like,
on watch
so it's
could
not
probably
like-
stand above it, get caught in the dome, so that they can walk in and out freely.
Excellent.
I can
So,
put it here.
I think Poggles will take first watch, and I'll take second watch.
And as it gets cast, almost from the wood of the ship, you see like vines growing up over it, and then they sort of fade away to leave behind this brownish, opaque dome. But then from the inside, it is see-through.
All right.
Um. Okay, so by evening, you guys get to Data Harbor. You've basically just talked about your entire watch layout and what's going on.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming I would do that after night falls.
Yeah, like that.
Yes. But you basically get there with no real issue. You keep to the coast, so there's nothing really. There's no like deep sea adventure to be had quite yet, and it's relatively smooth sailing all the way there. Can I get a? I guess this would be a. No, it wouldn't actually be that. Can I get, I guess, an intelligence? No, yeah, give me an intelligence check, someone. All of you can just give it if you want.
Where is that?
You just roll it
on
from
the
your
top.
stats. You see where you have your pluses in the top left?
If you hover over the bigger number, not the plus or minus number.
That?
No, that's your
Mhm.
int save. So higher on your
Yeah,
your
the
sheet.
absolute top strip.
Oh, look.
So not
Yeah,
where it
just click
says
on the
plus
number.
one. Yeah,
the
there you
big
go.
number. Poggles.
So, Poggles, my dude.
Poggles woke up a little high.
Okay, so Poggles and Zelkos, you do not know about this. The rest of you would know about Data Harbor.
Wouldn't that just be history, Frank, or is that
what
not?
about history?
Is that history?
Knowing about
that's-
locations. Yeah.
Well, you can continue. Tell me what you're gonna say. Sorry, 'cause, like,
Sure. If you would like to give me a history instead, that's fine.
can we just use our rolls to take the plus?
Yeah, go ahead. Take the plus.
I would have a 3 or a 4.
All right, I would have a 17. I don't think it really changes for any of us, though.
It really shouldn't actually.
It shouldn't change for only people that are proficient in history, which I think is just Krishna. Otherwise,
And
it's
Krishna
Right,
gets plus
sure.
4 instead of plus
Yeah.
2.
Let me check one thing. Actually, it would make Poggles know if we took his first roll because he's technically proficient with a plus 3, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so what you know of Data Harbor is this is essentially a major trading port for Akros. It's the only real way they can trade with cities like Miletus, Neolatin, Asphodel, etc. It's their primary way of actually keeping in touch with the outside world, considering how they are so mountain locked.
Right.
So you see a lot of people coming in and out of here. There is a large armed force that does stay pretty vigilant at Data Harbor. It's pretty much considered one of the safest places outside of Akros, considering it has the Akros military presence here.
Yep.
Reason being is Akros's patron god, being Erois, is constantly at blows with Mogus.
Right.
So Akros settlements as well as caravans tend to always come under attack from Mogus worshippers, predominantly Minotaurs and the like. So this is a fairly well-to-do and fairly safe harbor. You're not really going to find anyone who's going to actively be trying to swindle, scam, cheat people out of stuff, or even rob people here. Primarily because of the military that's established by Akros. So you really don't need to stay terribly on guard here. This is pretty safe, and based on background, Canathos would definitely know that, and
Got you, okay.
should be able to relay that to the rest of the crew, and basically say like, yeah, this is safe harbor for us.
Definitely. Okay, so I'll do that. We don't need to keep watch. I've spent many a night in Data Harbor, and I know it is as safe, almost as safe as Akros itself, to use your words. In fact, my estate is not far from here.
Still think it best if we keep the urn in the dome.
Yes, I
but
agree. The hut is certainly the
it's
dome
good to know we won't need to
is
keep watch.
What time of the day is it right now? Is it night?
So it's
Night.
getting to night. It's like 7-ish. If you would, so you were fishing all day. You were
Yeah.
saying?
I wanted to fish as much as humanly possible until someone yelled at me to do something.
Greg, roll some dice. Let's see what he caught.
Yeah, let's.
I'm casting
Oh, I
detect
did.
magic as a ritual once we get here, by the way, but that can get
Sure.
sure later.
Find all our magic goodies. And the urn.
Maybe not the urn.
Oh.
Truth.
All right, so let's see.
Pull up those fish tables.
This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
This is fantastic.
I rolled a 20, a 19, a 20, and a 20,
Big fisher energy.
and then I rolled a 2.
Alright.
All right, cool. Tuna, guppy.
And I'll go about starting to prepare them as and I'll ritual cast.
trying to reel in a tuna. Isn't it bigger than him?
Yes, tuna are quite large.
It depends on the tuna, but yes.
I'm 4 feet tall.
4 feet tall.
A tuna could eat you.
I'm gonna ritual cast my unseen servant and have it help me start preparing the fish.
Sure. What about the minnow?
Door back.
Bait.
I go, you were unfit to eat, and I hurl it back into the ocean. Or the sea, sorry.
6 of 1. All right. So you guys have food forever until it goes bad.
I'm gonna pray to Thassa as I prepare it and thank her for this bounty.
So yeah. Go ahead.
Well, you say your thing first. Mine might be related.
No. I was saying. So you caught. This was presumably on your way there, since you have a large a large ground to cover, just based on between the outlet of one river to the other. So, would you still like to fish through the night? Is that something you're planning on doing, or is this?
No, I'm gonna dream about all the tuna I caught and how proud the captain is of me.
Who's the
Also,
captain?
and before L, you get at me and you're like, tuna's deep sea fishing. It's fucking Theros. I
Yeah,
do what I
that's-
want.
Oh yeah. Tuna can be anything. I was talking about just like the actual size of the fish itself.
Yes.
Yeah,
There
if
are,
I
like,
roll the
smaller
20,
tunas and whatnot.
if I roll
This is gonna be a
24
nice
times in a
fucking
row.
yellowfin tuna.
Yeah.
This better be delicious, by the way.
Well,
Oh,
I
it will
think
be.
that
I
depends
got
on Alex.
top tier spices for fish, and I'm an excellent cook.
All right, so you guys pull in. Zelkos, you've been preparing this tuna all day, or for most of the day. It's smelling pretty good. Ooh boy, is that smelling good.
I'm getting some of it for the future days, trying to make sure it's seasoned so that it won't go bad, and then a lot of it for today and tomorrow.
Cool. So you guys get in around like 7:30 ish, Theros time. And yeah, that's you have your dinner prepared as you pull into what's that? Oh. As you pull into harbor, you see a bunch of ships that are mooring here. It seems really, really busy. Finding a spot here might be a bit difficult, but with your knowledge of the area and your expertise at sailing, you can pretty much find a place that's close. That's pretty close into the harbor. As you come in, a small boat pulls up beside you and kind of like flags you down a bit.
Who are you? I point to them off the top of my boat, like, you know, the docks. Who are
The
you?
crow's nest.
Well, no, not the crow's nest. Like, I'm
Oh,
down.
from the deck. Sorry. Okay.
The guy on board the ship kind of like a little boat like points up at the flag, and you can all spot like the Akroan military standards, like their colors here.
All right.
Fuck. Captain, get over here.
So I'm gonna walk forward, be like, "Hello, son of Akros."
Hail! Kind of like salutes.
I salute back. My name is Kanathos. I'm a military retiree from the Akroan military. I served in the Hungry Badgers for 30 years. I am here on Nick's Games business, and we're looking to moor for the night. Nick's trial, sorry.
The guy in the boat like looks around real fast, and then he like turns to his partner. He's like, "Did you say you were Kanathos?"
Yes, sir, as I live.
He's kind of like, permission to come aboard?
Granted. Well, actually, I looked at Valtos. Does he grab her?
I nod.
This guy pops up, and he's a pretty big guy,
Yep.
but he pops up and he looks at you. He like says, "You're the Kanatos, right?"
Yeah, of the Hungry Badgers, yes.
He extends his hand. He's like, I've what tales were told about you in the military academy in training. You were the stuff of legends.
What year are you, soldier?
This is my second year. I'm my second year out of the academy. This is happening, isn't it? This is really happening.
Here's to at least 10 more for you. Serve Akros well, you hear?
I'm at a loss for words. He salutes to you and he says, He looks at the rest of you. He's like, you're lucky to be serving alongside someone so distinguished as Kanathos here. The guy from the ship yells and says, "You're my hero! You're my hero!"
Keep up the good work, lad. I sort of pat the other guy on the shoulder and
He says, "Have a good night." And as he gets back on the boat, and as they're going off, they're like, "I can't believe this. This is why this is it. I can't believe we saw him. I can't believe we met a living legend."
I sort of turn back to the group like kind of awkwardly. It's well, yeah.
What did they want?
I think they just wanted to check if we had a legitimate talking.
There is no way you
Cause.
didn't hear what happened.
Yeah, no, I think he was all nice and excited and all, but like, what did they want to begin with?
To meet an idol.
Okay.
I think they're
That's
doing.
fair.
Yeah, I think they're doing harbor patrol.
Yeah, you can assume they're doing harbor.
And I was gonna say, I'll start waxing reminiscent about my 6th year when I did a stint in harbor patrol.
Zelkos is gonna be like, so Canthos, seems like you're a pretty big deal around these parts.
No, only with the greener ones. My story's only really told in the academy nowadays.
Why's that?
Uh,
What is the story?
well, there are many, but most of them are. They have a lot to do with how to fight the battle, and less to do with what happened at the battle.
So you're more of a strategist?
You're very kind to say so, but yes, that's how I would qualify it. Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of my goal is to be the. I only sing songs, and most of my stories are made up. Almost all my stories are made up, and one day I hope to be telling my own tales of my own exploits. So it's I see now why the gods put us together.
Yes, well, I'm not sure I can help you with how to tell my own tale but yes, legendary trials await us, I think.
Well, maybe with time you can use your words to tell the tale, and I can maybe I'm quite skilled with words and can maybe spin the tale to be a little more interesting to those listening beyond just those in the academies.
Yeah, as time has gone on and as I've grown older, I've realized I am not good with words.
Well, I'll help you out. Don't you worry.
And then I sort of look at Acreus and say, just be careful, Yogon. I sort of call him Yogon. Like, be careful, Yogon. Your nature might not be welcome everywhere.
Careful, what do you mean?
So remember what you told me about Satessa? Might be a little bit like that.
But I'm sneaky now.
True. So keep sneaking.
I sort of like put my arm around his shoulder and say, you just walked up to them and asked them.
Are you referencing like the
Like when they were like asking to come aboard, you were like, "Hey, who are you?" You were like on the deck looking at them.
They were friendly and poor, so I didn't really need to sneak around them.
Friendly and poor.
Just know if I have to make a decision, I will protect you, but I'd rather it not come to that.
Oh, don't worry. You never knew I was gone, and I winked to him.
I sort of look at him. Okay. Well, Zelkos, I must say that that meal smells excellent. I could tell that this is going to be a profitable, not a profitable, an enjoyable journey in some ways.
Yeah, by the grace of Thassa and by the grace of Carmetra, it should be quite a meal.
Sort of looking at Valtos, sort of say, "You gonna come have some of this?"
I'll come have some.
Captain eats first and all.
I didn't know Zalkos was done yet, but
Oh, some of this is. I mean, you could eat that, and I guess that. But give me some more time on this. And like you see like some knives just like chopping meat or chopping fish just like off the side by themselves.
What is Poggles gonna eat?
Over to Poggles and ask him. So, can you tell me about
Fish isn't meat.
some of those herbs you burn in there? And I motion.
Yeah, I say, don't worry about me. I'll eat whatever. And then I show my friend. We go to the outside in the back behind the cabin.
what am I getting from pinging detect magic, by the way, Frank?
Oh shit! Yeah, you get the urn. You get the puzzle box.
My pan flute.
Yeah, you get the pan flute. You get. I forget. Is it?
My unseen servant.
Does he get to see it, or does he ping the area it's in?
You go.
Yeah, it's if it is something you can see, then you can sense it. So technically, you can't sense my unseen servant.
Sure.
But I want to know the school. And
Depending
the
when
outline.
you do this, you will catch everything. So you would see his pan flute, you see the puzzle box, you see the urn, you see the ring on Canatos's finger.
Not the bow though, right? The bow isn't technically magical, or is it?
I think for the purpose of this is magical, but for combat it's not.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, technically you'll know that the bow is the bow is blessed in some way. So we'll say that pings for this purposes. And then the pipe, right, Charles?
Yes.
The pipe pings as well.
All right.
And then, yeah, your thing pings as well. To which
No, it doesn't.
You can make it invisible,
Oh,
therefore.
yeah, no,
that's
it doesn't.
But what's the school on the urn?
On the urn?
Yeah.
Here.
Is it abjuration?
Say again?
Abjuration, probably.
I think that's what I have it labeled as. I don't know what else I would. So
If it's like protective
it's
magic,
abjuration.
yeah.
Okay. I'll file that information away for later and have some fish. Tuna steaks. Let's go.
Ian, I'm gonna ask you, Poggles. I'm like, so can you tell me about some of these herbs you use? What the hell is in here? As we're kind of passing it around. Poggles.
What was that? Sorry, I was talking to Emma.
Herbs.
We're kind of chilling out back, and we're kind of passing back and forth this pipe. And I'm like, can you tell me about some of these herbs in here? What the hell is in here? As I'm
Oh.
Lucy.
These are I found these on my way here. I don't usually see many of these types of herbs.
You sure this is safe to smoke as I take another?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I find a lot of medicinal value in it.
I am really hankering for some fish right now.
We are both hungry. And I wink and say I'm only a vegetarian sometimes. And then we go.
Like, let's go eat the fish.
So I'll point out some of the fish that's ready.
I'm gonna eat some fish, go into the crow's nest, and pass out.
All right. About the rest of you?
I'm eating heroic quantities because that's what I do.
What's the watch order?
There's no. Well, I think we agreed there was no watch because of the hunger.
No.
Like in the hut, we should be safe. But I'm open to.
I'm gonna drag my fucking bed across the cabin and
into
next to the urn, and then sleep on it.
What? Yeah, I'm
Everyone
just
else?
still eating.
Okay. Just keep going.
Yeah, man.
I guess is there like one of those like I'm drawing with my hands, but I guess it's a dumb idea. Like one of those cutouts in the middle of the ship that's like the grating that you can like move out of the way to like bring goods up and down.
This is not that big.
Okay.
No, that's not bad.
Because I was wondering if
This
there's a
is,
place
like in chat, like actually fucking that size.
So how do you get up and down?
You're either walking on the deck or you're in the cabin.
Yeah,
So-
there's no second floor.
I
Alex.
see.
Think of it like a Viking boat. Not
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like the level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then because I'd probably want to have it be so I could see the stars as we try to sleep. Make it transparent.
Yeah, but I mean, the way the dome is working is it's half in the cabin, half out because it's 10 radius. So
Yeah.
you can like
I can
sleep on
sleep
the
on
edge
the
of it and
outside.
see
Yep.
the stars.
Yep, that's what I would do.
That's good. All right, I'm going to also sleep like set my bedroll whatever with clear view of the urn, and settle in for the night. Get all packed up. Get my stuff out. There's only one bed, I'm assuming, so I'm unpacking
Be a
my.
second, but not more than two probably.
Yeah, no, I'll just take my bedroll. I mean, I'm a soldier. I know how to sleep at night.
All right, and Poggles.
Poggles goes. Is there enough room outside for me just to curl up?
Oh yeah.
You can
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
9 people in the
Assume,
room too.
assume that there's enough room for you all to sleep.
Yeah, I know that there's a storm coming in the morning, so I'm expecting just to wake up. Rise and grind.
Of course.
To the old
And-
rising grind.
And once everyone's sort of
Alright.
situated and starting to get ready for bed, I am going to cast Detect Thoughts and get everyone sort of surface level thoughts,
Except you won't.
except I won't. So,
L.
Acres, what are you thinking? I'm going to try with you first before you spot that I'm mind reading.
Go ahead first, Frank. Whatever you need to say, and then.
No, I just said he doesn't on L.
Well, I passed out really early from eating the fish, and I'm incredibly zooted. So I'm just dreaming about the tuna I caught.
Okay.
I am also dreaming about the tuna. We're having the same exact dream.
I'll chuckle at that. What about when I turn to Canathos?
I'm really enjoying the food, and I'm sort of like feeling a little guilty because I'm thinking like, I never really get food like this at home. Like this chef is like a really big deal. But I probably shouldn't tell my wife because she might get jealous.
And then I'll turn to Canathos, be kind of shocked that I can't get it, and then I'll turn to is the monkey
Sorry,
within...
turn to Valtos.
Oh yeah,
to be
Valtos,
shocked
yeah.
that
Is the monkey within 30 feet? Is he on watch
He's
somewhere?
up on the sail, so
Okay.
no.
Then I'll leave him alone. But yeah, I'll kind of curiously think about that as I go to bed.
Okay, cool. That's that for today.
Good.
Nice, solid, long resto.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't get attacked in the night.
Big assume.
We have the hut and the boat. I have no fear. We're in the safest port in Akros. It's fine.
When else would you ever get attacked?
The
Not even
Kraken
you're
will
safe as
attack us.
possible.
It's true.
All right,
Oh
this was
no.
great. Oh.
Let's say again.
No, what'd you say?
No, I was gonna say, oh no, the safest port in Akros. What could happen?
Exactly.
Don't say that in front of the gods. Yeah, this
Kraken attacks.
is a fun session 1. I liked we got
Yeah.
some plot
Guys,
and we got a lot of dicking around, which is good.
we haven't even killed anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a big proponent of it's fun to just dick around. So if you keep doing it, I'll keep playing off of it.
Oh, I'm very
Something
down.
I like. So
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think there were probably some groups where, like, when Alex and Tommy went on their little adventure, they'd be like, "Well, I'm not getting to play. It's not fun." I was
I want to see
enjoying
what
that.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm very okay with that stuff. Like, I don't think you need to worry about it. So
that's what happened in our that's why. So in our last Pathfinder session last Thursday,
Oh, do you want me to
basic
cut the stream?
Yeah,
Should we
cut
call it
that.
there? All right. Good night, Twitch.
we